Chat, I'm so sorry. Hi, Gelato. How's it going? Oh my god, this was so impromptu. I am so sorry. So here's the thing, right? Hi, I am late. I am aware I am late. I sound terrible. The thing is, like, I was not gonna do this stream, right? I had canceled the stream earlier. Hello, chat. Welcome in. I had canceled the stream earlier because I'm so predictable, right? I am so sorry. I canceled the stream earlier because I was not feeling great. I did not have proper lunch. It's my fault. It's completely my fault. I was feeling like shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rest a little bit. I'm not gonna be charismatic on screen, right? I don't think I can hold a conversation and be entertaining for super long. So like I'm gonna call it like a day. I'm gonna take a rest so I can be like very good tomorrow and we can watch the final, which is what we're all very interested in seeing. So like I took a rest and then like I got distracted for a bit and then boom, what the hell? Brazil in the top four? João? Oh my god, João Leite? That's what is real life? What is this real life? I am so this is so cool. João Felipe Leite, like this kid is 16. It is his first year playing Masters. He beat Wolfie in UAC. He beat Wolfie at Worlds, and like this is the best result Brazil has ever had in the history of Worlds. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think I am. Like top 4 is already like incredible. And oh my god, this kid can get to the finals. I need to be here if it happens, right? I need to like even if we make a top 4, that's an incredible result. And I just want to be here to bear witness to it, right? Takuma Yamazaki, incredible player also. Just did a great game also, getting to the top 4. We have another top 4 game, and after that, João Felipe is playing. So, yeah, lots of VGC today. Lots of VGC today, and I am late, and I am aware. I'm not pushing myself too much. It is fine. I am feeling better. I'm drinking some cola, which is good for the stomach. And we are here. We are here to watch Pokemon. How's it going, chat? How's the volume? Hey, Alice. This is impromptu. I am aware, and I am sorry. I was supposed to be streaming this, 4 hours ago? To count on me for timing, right? Just count on me for timing. So, how's the volume, chat? Can you hear me? Can you hear the interview? Mega Charizard is very popular in the meta. Oh my god, I'm so hyped. This is gonna be so cool. Yeah, we are live both on YouTube and on Twitch. So, Twitchers, feel free to say hi. And yes. I know it's late also for most of the regular watchers. Let's listen to the interview. But like I've been on a hype train. I am so hyped for this. I am so like I'm completely sold on it. Like if Brazil gets in the finals, I might go crazy. And yeah, in the meanwhile, we are still soft resetting from Mewtwo. Just happy for some commentary since I'm watching it all anyway. Okay, Hamza, it's a lot of matches. What are you thinking about the day-to-day? It's been, I'm so sorry for Davai and Chloe. I was also very hopeful for them to go a little bit further in the competition. But it's also very cool that they managed to get this far. Latam na semifinal! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Hello, Chesko Khan. How's it going? Our final top 8. This is insane. Although people was rooting for Lost, but through broadcast I discovered new fave. That's the cool thing about Pokemon, right? There are so many people competing. It's like, it's sometimes hard to keep track. If like somebody says, oh yeah, I know all the players, I know who's the favorite to win, you don't. Like even people who are very much into VGC, okay, you can have a few friends, but like if you're just watching, you know at the best like 20, 30 players, and there's like 2,000 people competing. Right? That is kind of insane. João Felipe 16, look at that kid, look at that Umbreon. We have Zachary today playing too against Yuya. We saw Zachary playing yesterday. I think he also has like an incredible. He's having an incredible performance, and both the Italian players lost. That is kind of crazy to me. Honestly, Japan is coming super strong. Like Japan is always very threatening at Worlds. Like Japan always comes really really strong. It's like Pokemon, obviously. Um, so there is a very high likelihood that this goes down. But I think this is Brazil first top four in history. Hello, Zebandit. Hello, Umphi. How's it going? Vai Brasil. João Felipe vai trazer o Hexa. Like, honestly, I'm already in World Cup moods. Like, I was so sad after Brazil got eliminated from the World Cup. Now I'm back at it. Now I'm like 100% back at it. I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I am ready for it. I am honestly scared that I might shout too much and bother my neighbors because it is kind of past midnight right now. But I am hyped. I am so hyped. Brazil is coursing through my veins. That's all we have. I should get. Wait. I will put my Brazil. I'm gonna put my Brazil shirt on. Give me a second, chat. This is important. This is very important. I'll be back in like 15 seconds. Go get some water in the meanwhile. I got the proper outfit on. I got it on. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to roll. Everybody's becoming Brazilian there. Yes, it is Brazil, US, or Japan at this point, right? So that's all the possibilities that we have going on. I'm so excited for an Italian ice team to potentially win Worlds. And he's also from Brazil. Wow, I did not know this team before. Like the Skull Villain Frostlass team. Honestly, Lycanroc. Lycanroc, I think, is the absolute goat of this team. I am very, like, the thing that makes me a little bit confident is that there's a lot of Charizards here. And I do think João's team pairs really nicely against them all. Like, I'm still not sure if we are calling this Lycanroc, the Brazilian Lycanroc. Is it Lycanroc Caramelo or Vira-Lata Dusk form? I did not decide which one I like better yet. But for all Brazilians in chat, feel free to debate. It's the Krau's first season too, yes. I like that João has a user tag, a gamer tag. Maybe I should refer by the gamer tag, right? To Crow. I am missing some important context for the team. Chat's gonna tell me. I trust chat completely. We are shiny hunting for Mewtwo for everybody that's... Lycan Guará. Vamos Brasil. Vamos Brasil. Hello, Japis. Caramelo is funnier. Lycanroc Caramelo? Okay, I can do Lycanroc Caramelo. Like Caramel Lycanroc. Caramel form Lycanroc. Like I quickly watched Gabriel Agachi's video. Let me grab it for you. Let me do some Gabriel Agachi advertising here because Agachi is the GOAT and every single Brazilian in chat should subscribe to Agachi. Gabriel Agachi probably the most famous Brazilian player of all time, and he's really locking in with the YouTube content at the moment. And Agachi did do like a video highlighting all the Brazilian players. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. That's Agachi. Hi, Agachi. I'm showing your video, okay? And the second person he talks about is João Felipe. So like the top ranked Brazilian player is Christian Andrade. Second is Gagachi. Third is the Kraus. So Agachi went a little bit like in this video. Agachi talks a little bit about like give some backgrounds on João Felipe. The video's in Portuguese, so like I'm not sure if it makes sense to watch the whole thing. He said like, okay, yeah, he's a kid that's doing like the exam to get into college. And he's a machine. This kid is a machine. So like it's someone that like gets a team and gets really good at the team. Like no, this is Christian still. João Felipe is a person that really does not change teams that much. He sees something he likes and he tries to do his best with it. João Felipe got only played in 4 Master Championships so far because he's 16. It's his first year playing in the top level division. And he also got second place in like a 2,000 people online tournament a few months ago, which is kind of crazy. He is 16 years of age. Flamigo mentioned, yes. But yeah, I am hyped. I am absolutely hyped. Any Brazilians interest, go check out Agachi's video. It's called Quem são os brasileiros classificados para o Mundial de Pokémon. Incredible content, incredible stuff going on. Is the match about to start? No, we're still looking. We are looking at Zach. Like we saw Zach's match yesterday. It is the same. Is this the same team? I think it is the same team, right? Hey, Super Slimy. Não speak Portuguese. It's okay. I will not show a full Portuguese video in the stream today. Not today. Is this Lycanrock's first time having significant results at Worlds? I am not 100% sure, but I would say yes. I think this is the first time that Lycanrock is competing in a format where Mega Charizard Y is very strongly dominating. So like the thing about Lycanrock is that Lycanrock is good mostly because it has a move called Accelerock. It's a priority rock type move that basically deletes Charizard from the face of the earth. Accelerock kills Charizard. That's how it goes, right? That's why Lycanrock is great. Because it is very fast, it can do like super strong rock slides, and it has priority against Charizard, right? And if you're facing against Charizard in every team, Lycanrock just turns your Charizard off, which is very good against most of the top ranked teams, right? We were looking at the teams in top 8, most of them were running Charizard Y, which is why I am feeling like Lycanrock has like is a very good matchup into this. And then we just saw Zach with a very similar team to João. I think it could even be the same team. I am not 100% sure. Somebody would need to like check movesets to let me know. But there is a 50-50 chance that Lycanrock makes the finals. Yes. I mean, I'm not sure if that's exactly how the statistic works, because there is one Lycanrock that's still at top 8. But it's almost like a 50-50. Last year, the runner-up was from a sacred country of Philadelphia, so I get the homeland hype. That final was so fun. I'm really curious to see how it plays out tomorrow at the arena. I really want to see it. Like, we had all the issues we talked about yesterday regarding the Italian players, and it's a huge bummer, and I think it has only gotten worse today.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the
Okay, I thought this was a new video. I love PNG Lag Geodude. I think PNG Lag Geodude is the best Geodude there ever was. But yeah, I think that organization at Worlds has been a little bit lacking this year. We had a lot of issues, but I hope they can deliver in the spectacle of tomorrow. Yeah, if Zach wins this round, it's a 50-50. That's how it works. By the way, chat, this is a multi-stream. We are live both on Twitch and on YouTube. So, people from YouTube say hi to people from Twitch. People from Twitch say hi to people from YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I know I'm late. I know I promised you the stream 4 hours ago, but don't forget to leave a like. It helps us out to bring more people to come and watch it with us. If you're watching on Twitch, drop a follow. We're gonna be live streaming much more as soon as summer's over and I have more time. And if you'd like to subscribe too, It's also fun. You can watch ad-free, you get a lot of very cool emoji, and you support me in doing my content. I am doing a Rocky Horror video, by the way. The discourse has been killing me. I wrote 15 pages about it today. That you heard it here first. Rocky Horror video next week. I'm promising next week Rocky Horror video. What's your top 3 favorite Pokemon? My top 3 favorite Pokemon are Chikorita, Gligar, Alolan Vulpix. Oh yeah, Yuya's team does not have a Charizard. It's Big 6, but with the fun dragon instead of the angry dragon. Taste. Thank you so much, Susu Supernova. I also think I have good taste. I have plushies of all my faves. They are all far away, but I have Gligar right here. Gligar gang, rise up. Gliscor is cool, but Gligar is much cooler. Cecily Rocky Horror video, yes. Is it? It's a Cecily Rocky Horror video about transphobia. It's gonna be a video. Via Limitless, Lycanroc Day has some results. But it's Lycanroc Day, right? Not really Lycanroc Dusk, and not at Worlds. Rocky Horror Picture is such a blast. I love Rocky Horror. That's the issue. Twitter has been very weird about Rocky Horror the past week since Tim Curry passed away. And I think some people have very good points, and I fully respect that. But I really wanted to explore those. It's a lot. I don't want to really tease too much on stream because I only like speaking about important stuff when I have scripts for it. If I just improvise, I will end up saying wrong stuff. And the script is not even finished, so I don't really have my teases very locked in, you know? Just watched Rocky Horror yesterday, it's still as good as ever, so you might like the video. I hope you do. Hi Sky Mimikyu, what's poppin'? Dusk only has results since Champions. That is funny, right? If I can be completely honest with y'all, chat, I don't really know like what's the stats difference between Dusk and Day form, for example. I know Night form gets a different typing. It's Dark, while Day form is normal. But I don't know why I would use Dusk. Anyway. Zach is locked in for the last 24 hours. We're back here again, right, Zach? I think that the two top 4 matches, if Zach wins, could be like mirror matches, back to back. It can be Frostlass Scovillain versus Zard. Also, all 3 Lycanrocs have the same typing. Okay, then, is it pure rock? I was sure that, like, Day Lycanroc was normal rock, and Dusk and Night Lycanroc was dark rock. Did I make that up? See, this is your Pokemon influencer right here. I know so much about Pokemon. Lycanroc Midnight is not a dark type? Did I make that up? It looks like a dark type. I was sure it was like, one was normal rock, the other was dark rock. Okay, let's lock in. Dragonite and Myra versus King Gambit Professor. I think Scovillain has been dropped.
Without utilizing Mega Evolution.
Absolutely, yeah. And a Mega Evolution really threatening because then you can threaten the Basculegion with a bird, right? And so I am already really curious if...
How's the volume, chat? Can you hear the narration and also me? Let me know. Give me some feedback. Is it too loud? Is it a good volume? Casters are a little quiet. Okay, I can make them louder.
Moonblast, if you wanted to double up onto the Lycanroc, right? You could also go for a potential Protect. Gobolin's not going to
Is this better?
Going to start off with that Protect.
Wants to scout out for a Moody Boost here at the end of the turn, as Whimsicott is going to fail to get damage down into that scope villain because of the
Okay.
protect. And as the rock slide comes out, that's one of the downsides of running this move is you can miss. So it misses the Basket Legion with some critical damage, but it does connect onto the Whimsicott.
Okay,
That was
huge
a double
protect
up
over
damage
there.
into the scope villain, though, so a great
I
protect.
think I'm going for
Ouch.
Zac.
But
I
really
prefer
good
Zac's
rolling
team,
a special
honestly.
attack drop. Ouch.
Yeah, so Scoville actually opting to protect and ends up being a good turn for Zac.
We're rooting for
Onside
Zac,
dodge,
okay.
Obviously not ideal, but
Team
Scoville in
Weeds.
there
We are Team
should
Weeds.
face the Moonblast and Wave Crash combination. Yuya saying, look, I'm willing to get my Pokemon burnt if it means knocking out your Mega Evolution immediately. So now Whimsicott obviously
Alola
has
World
more pressure
Champion,
on
yes.
Scoville and
Except,
consider
like,
switching out, or you could maybe
not
just
like
go
in
for Mega
Incineroar's,
Evolution,
not a
phase
little
out,
more
or
champion,
redirect
but I
Wave
get
Crash
what you
away,
mean.
right? You know, we didn't see the Mega, so now I'm curious, is there any chance there's actually a Mega Frostlass in the back? Scoville is going to switch out here, so does not want to get Encore. Basket Legion, pretty safe switching here.
Yeah, it is going to take the Wave Crash a little bit better, as it's going to be the Whimsicott protecting itself this time around. Like a rock, throws out another rock slide. You wanted to see it, Aaron, so I hope that you are
Here we
excited
go.
about the wish that you're having come true. And Basket
Flinch!
Legion, Aaron, I blame you for that one.
Oh my god, Lycanroc is the GOAT. Lycanroc Caramelo is the absolute GOAT. This is VGC moment right in front of you.
Rock Slide does best, so Basket Legion gets to come in for free. Now, of course, Lycanroc and Basket Legion both applying a good amount of offensive pressure. This focus actually...
Yeah, I think Zac is in a very good position here.
For Yuya to deal with. Your Basket Legion now, like, you could consider a double up onto Lycanroc with something
Yeah,
like
Serena
Blast
losing was
and
such a
Aqua Jet.
moment. I got so
Lycanroc,
sad.
though, could just go for protect, and then the opposing Basket Legion can thread it with last respect. Often, I think players protect in front of the Whimsicott and then switch out afterwards to get around Encore, right? And so I think Zac finds a good position.
Caramel
Basket
form
Legion in.
Lycanroc.
And here's the
That's what it
opposite I was
is.
talking about.
Wow.
Ouch! Is it sashed? It is, right?
As Aqua Jet can still be very powerful to try to get through some of this speed. Lycanroc recoil, of course, comes through, and then we get to see the rest of this turn play out. As Whimsicott goes for the move.
I love how this Lycanroc is just like,
oh,
spamming rocks
no
in my life.
longer going to be a threat if that Dragonite is creeping in the back for Yuya. But the Basket Legion for Zachary has now gotten a
Bye-bye,
power
Wims.
stack to that last respect since its Lycanroc ally was taken out, and that's going to even up the Pokemon count.
Yeah, really good call out there about the Lycanroc fainting, because I think that is one of the primary threats to Dragonite, unless Zac actually has Frostlass as the 4+. So I'm still curious about that. Also curious if Yuya did commit to the Dragonite, right? I think in team preview you might want to bring Dragonite. Nope, yeah, it's going to be the Floette hitting the field here. And
My
so
baby girl.
perfect for
My murderous baby girl. Okay, bringing Sneasler in front of Floette is huge, actually. This is a great read.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the right Pokemon that you want to see on the other side. But you gotta worry a little bit.
Like,
now.
if it was Dragonite,
Sneasler
Zac
could
would be
fake out your
cooked.
Floette. You want to try to actually play.
It is very crazy, right? Because you have Sneasler that counters Floette, and you have Frostlass that counters Dragonite, so like, which one do you bring? It's almost like luck, right?
I'm curious about the Basket Legion speed interactions here, because if Zax's is just faster, you
Or
can just
mind
go for Gunk
games,
Shot
I don't know.
next year, right? So fake out also works just to make sure that you know, cover for a Gunk Shot miss. And Aqua Jet comes out, so Yuya may be saying, look, I don't think I'm going to be faster, I'm just going to give up my Basket Legion here.
Yeah, it is going to be another Aqua Jet. And then as Basket Legion fires
Last
off the
respect,
Electric
baby.
Smash, that's
Bye-bye.
2 KOs for Zach's Basket Legion as
So yeah, so
Yuya
Zac
actually
has the
Pokemon
Mega
first
Skull villain.
game.
But
It kind of
is
sucks
going
because
to be
I think that Mega Floette not being a physical attacker, it's not the best matchup into Mega Skull villain. But I think it's a good matchup in Sneasler, honestly. No, the Brazilian guy is not Weed. Zac Weed is from the US. I think they just have the exact same team.
One thing that Zac might also be thinking about is how can I potentially get
The Brazilian is called João.
direction for it later on
And
in this game. But
this
North
stream
America
right
went
here,
to
chat, this stream right here is the only place on the internet today, the only English-speaking place on the internet today, where you're gonna see people pronounce João's name correctly.
You don't have to worry about the fake out affecting the Basket Legion at the very least.
That's right.
Since that is a ghost type, you don't.
Mega Floette is so
fire off an attack
ridiculous.
with that
It looks like an
Pokemon.
umbrella.
If you
It looks like a
can actually get
drone.
through with something like a defensive protect.
It's
from
João, it's
Yuya,
like
but it is
John.
just the double
It's
protect
João.
Anyway, that way you can see this Mega Evolution evolution come out, you know that that fake out is for sure off the board now.
Fake out and Light of Ruin here, aiming to just ideally
Ooh, double down, huge.
Double protect. So now this next turn, you know Sneasler's threatening Gunk Shot onto the Floette, right? Which that was obviously really scary. So you can protect Floette, but the opposing Sneasler doesn't even do enough damage, I think. And so I feel like I really favor Zachary's position right now. And that's Rock Slide. That's the only way out of this.
Oh my god.
Sneasler does go first. Do we see a flinch?
No, 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 no. Gunk shot. Let's go, baby. It's Jover. It's absolutely Jover. We tried to teach Fusli how to say João, but it cannot explain in chat. If João gets to the final, I will do my best to send an audio to Fusli to get her to... I think I might know somebody that can get her contact, right? We can send an audio. Hey Fusli, somebody clip this for Fusli. Pronunciation, chat wants me to teach you. João, it's like John, but like Jo. Oh. The O is very hard for English speakers to pronounce. It comes like from the back of the nose. João. It's like pão. It is very funny because you have words like pão, which means bread, and people that are English speakers, they usually say pau, which means penis. And like my favorite dish is pão de queijo, which is cheesy bread, but people will just say cheesy penis by accident. So Portuguese is hard, honestly. If you cannot really pronounce the you can end up in situations like that. But it's João.
But I feel like even still, I like this Scoville.
Gunk shot gaming, yeah. Like Dire Claw is for losers. Dire Claw is for absolutely losers.
Powerful physical attackers on Yuya's side, but it still feels good to bring the Scoville in.
I think that's a great point, yeah. And we've seen Scoville and Lycanroc being led consistently into these.
I love the Whimsicott mirror matches. It's like they're looking down on each other, about to kill each other. Whimsicott eyeing Whimsicott, then they just both press Tailwind and call it a day.
Could Zach actually mix things up and go with Frostlass because he's one game ahead? And so,
hello Harukazi, I'm so sorry. You were waiting for the stream to start. I sent messages saying that I was not feeling so well, but now we're here. Now we're here. Now we're having fun.
Consider maybe trying to set up a Tailwind with the Whimsicott this time.
The closest sound they have is the on, but it's not exactly what Drawn sounds like. It's not really.
Because you see King Gambit and Scoville on the other side.
Gambit here is really good.
Yeah, so King Gambit comes out now, threatens Basket Legion immediately, and this is what makes Whimsicott so awkward in the matchup. It doesn't really do damage. You're gonna Moonblast for a little bit on Scoville and a little bit on King Gambit, but
Fusli, let's do a video. Let's talk about women in VGC. Hey Fusli, that's Fusli.
I think Yuya already starting behind in this match, committing to the same lead as the previous one.
I hate Whimsicott mirror matches because of Encore speed ties. Yes, exactly. So that's the thing, right? Because if you have a Prankster Pokemon and it's a Dark type, usually it's fine because they're just immune to Prankster and you just call it a day. But Whimsicott is not immune to Prankster, so it's just annoying. I mean, Fusli did get mentioned. Let's see if I get any attention. Wow, that did a lot. There were Defiant Boost! Oh my god, that was so dumb. No, not dumb, but that was so unlucky. Like, you needed to do that, but oh my god. Zach has this so easily. I'm so sorry. I don't want to jinx it. I'm so afraid of jinxing today. I think that Dragonite is from Zach because I remember this from the last game. But this Defiant kind of kills it, honestly. That Moonblast, oh my god.
Scoville is actually, putting on a lot of offensive.
Scoville is a fun guy. He's not a villain, really.
Do significant damage into it.
There were quite a few trans girls in this day, into day 2 actually. They did not get to top 16, I think, or top 8, but they had very good results, and I'm happy about it.
What Zach has actually brought to this match, and we're going to see this Kingambit protect itself, knowing that there is a fake out on the other side, and even a close combat if the Sneasler wanted it.
Really safe play there by Zach. Wanted to cover for a Dire Claw into the scope.
Mega Dragonite is just a stream mascot now. It's our mascot too. We love ourselves some Mega Dragonite.
Still exerting a lot of offensive pressure with Sucker Punch. One thing to note about Yuya's team is that on the Sneasler, there is no protect for any non-attacking moves. So you can always Sucker Punch that slot if you wanted to. Right now, for example, you do pressure with Sucker Punch and Aqua Jet into either slot. And with that boost on Kingambit, if the Floette's not bulky, maybe you can even knock it out.
That would be
yeah, no, it is really cool. Like, I don't... So
I like wouldn't expect it, but oh man, would that
it
be
is
crazy
really
to
cool.
see.
It really would, and that would completely turn the tides into Zach's favor.
Scovillain, more like Scovivian. We stand her. We stand Scovillain. Scovillain is going to pop. No matter what Fawn says.
Is it going to be the Sucker Punch there? And it is. It's a
Oh my god, that's so much damage. It's not very effective.
A pretty healthy survival, so it can go for the Dazzling Gleam on this following turn. Now that
Chat, I'm gonna ask again because I need volume to be very good during the night. Oh my god. Zach is being so lucky here.
Because obviously you can just Aqua Jet slot that slot now, right?
Yeah, but you lose a
Aqua
Aqua Jet.
Legion, like I said, yeah, maybe Sucker Punch Aqua Jet gets there 38%. Not crazy to think that a Life Orb Aqua Jet can finish it off, but Zach might be like, well, I don't know what your defensive spread is. So
okay, the volume of the stream could be a little louder.
Right now from
that's what I was going to ask. Thank you so much.
Has that Light of Rune, which we saw previously, which you can use to kind of nuke the Basket Legion.
Is this better?
So right now,
can you hear both me and the casters?
If you're Zach, maybe you consider protecting your Kingambit.
Because I really want the volume to be very good for the next match.
Just aggressively getting targeted down and
okay, perfect.
Right? But yeah, that Boom Blast activating that Defiant is so strong. It's gonna be Aqua Jet. Does it finish off Floette?
Oh my god!
Just a knockout there onto the Mega Evolution. Floette is down and cannot contribute any more damage into the second game.
It's so Jover. I'm so sorry for you, yeah.
A trade, blow for blow with these Aqua Jets will remove this Kingambit. That Defiant boost now no longer a threat in this second game.
I feel like Zachary has good control of this game though, right? Able to eliminate a huge mega threat in that Floette. Still got Scoville, and Whimsicott's gonna come back in, but once again, Pokemon's not doing that much other than maybe going for Moonblast or Encore. You do threaten Tailwind right now.
I find it so funny when they use Trainer as a player name. It's like, what are you trying to hide, dude? I know what they're trying to hide, but still.
Render the Basket Legion somewhat useless by going for an Encore on that slot.
I don't know what Mazinger Z is.
Basket Legion could protect or even switch out potentially.
But I like the design, so I think it might be cool.
Also have to respect something like Moonblast plus Wave Crash double up into Scoville and
with Nation, with Nation, rise up.
Yuya's probably thinking, oh man, like I
with Nation, light up.
At some point. We know there's Sneasler with Dire Claw in the back, which is helpful, but it's just so scary because the Scovillain protects Basket Legion so nicely here.
Oh, it's going to be a Rage Powder to redirect away the attack so that Basket Legion is free and clear.
Was it Wolfie that found out that Scovillain was actually good?
Encore, because it's a grass type, that Encore is not going to get redirected away by the Rage Powder, so Basket Legion has no choice except to continue to go for Aqua Jet while it is on the field.
I think in that position, Zach's saying, well, the Encore's so obvious. I switch out so often on Encore. You're going to double up onto my Basket Legion, or onto my Scovillain, I should say. And Wave Crouch comes out, and you can see Scovillain trained to be able to survive
Spicy
that.
Spray.
But I do think the tides turn a little bit more.
Oh, Mazinger is one of the OG giant robot anime. I thought that was Gundam.
Be a very powerful attack.
Is it older than Gundam?
It's a potential knockout onto Scovillain with the Moonblast. You can last respects the Basket Legion slot as well. So big turn for Yuya there. Zach saying, you know what, I'm up a game, and if I get this turn right, I can see the win right
that's
in front of me.
crazy.
But Yuya goes for the safe Encore play, and it
Reed was prophesized to use Mega Scovillain when he got his last name. I mean, he's just a buddy that likes spices.
Because it negates the turn, and then the following turn you have to play around.
Chad, I'm so nervous for the next match. Oh my god, Jean, please, Jean.
The question is, do you actually switch out? Like, maybe you're actually content just staying
way older, okay.
Because you know the switch is so obvious.
I'll check it out later.
And what is that fourth and final in the back? It hasn't been revealed yet, so it's possible it could be the Sneasler or the Lycanroc.
Okay, so I know nothing about Gundam, though.
Since that Mega Evolution was invested into the Scovillain, but there's no switch. It's just another Aqua Jet into the opposing Basket Legion as Scovillain protects itself so it doesn't get knocked out on this turn. That's going to negate one attack, the Moonblast from the Whimsicott. Whimsicott cannot land on its target, but the last
This
respect
KOs,
comes
right?
out.
Yes.
It is a knockout despite the burn.
Wolfie got
And so
eliminated.
there's a free switch here for
Wolfie
Zach,
did not
but
make it
is it
to
too little
day
too
2.
late?
Yeah, let's see.
Wolfie lost
Like I
3
mentioned, yeah,
matches.
staying in with
I think
Aquajet,
Wolfie
saying,
went
look,
like
I don't want to
6-3.
switch something in and eat up too much damage.
Wolfie actually did lose to
Strong.
Zhang, the Brazilian player we're watching next.
It is going to be the Sneasler coming out right now, though. So this is looking quite scary, I think, for Zach in lab. You know, the Basket Legion here can get another attack off. I mean, you can thread in a move.
Gundam is war is bad, while who robots? That's basically every single US media in the 90s and 2000s.
Does have fake out pressure online, though. The Basket Legion will faint after one more tick of life orb. It's also burnt, obviously. I think, yeah, getting the Encore turn right makes me, you know, favor Yuya more, but it still is really close right now. Okay, Whimsicott going for the protect.
Does that mean that maybe we see some damage come out from the Sneasler into the Basket Legion?
This Whimsicott is staying so long in this match, it's crazy.
Is safe from an attack from the Basket Legion as the Aquajet comes through to pick it off. That's burn damage though, and life orb recoil at the end of the turn. So is that going to add up to be enough? And
Oh,
it looks
yeah,
like
that
it will
KOs
once the
for
burn
sure.
comes through at the end. But Sneasler tried to go for the gunk shot into the Whimsicott that has protected
I honestly
itself.
think Zach
Can
still has
Sneasler
the upper
clutch
hand here.
out a 1v2?
I think the answer is just going to be no, right? You get to bring out the Sneasler now on Yuya's end, and you can go for fake out, into a tailwind,
yeah.
then start launching close combat and Moonblast. It's just because of the 2v1.
I think
Whimsicott
Yuya
being
can
able
do
to get
it.
a single Moonblast off into Sneasler and be able to set up tailwind should allow Yuya to take us to a game 3. So here we go. Fake out comes out. You can't really protect because then you get Encore,
Oh, the
right? So then you
crits.
also eat up chip damage from that.
So fake out gonna stop the Sneasler in its tracks, and Whimsicott just
Yeah, it's
confirms
over.
some damage. And on the next turn, it looks like this is going to be wrapped up. Yuya evening up the game count, and we get to go to a game 3 to see who will move on to the top 4.
Yeah, and it
I'm
was
nervous.
a mix-up,
I'm
right
so
here in
nervous,
terms
chat.
of
Oh
the
my
lead adjustments
God.
from Zach. The King Gambit threatens Basket Legion out, but I think a
He's
couple
just a
calls went in
16-year-old
Yuya's favor
Brazilian.
here.
Let
Whimsicott
him
actually opted
win.
just to go for a protect right now, as Sneasler will move first, get that
Let
close
him
combat
win.
off, and does enough
Please.
to bring us to game 3.
Brazil has had such a
information
sad
there
year.
as well to actually be able to see that Yuya Sneasler did get the close combat off first
Yeah.
in that instance.
Yeah.
And so a lot to consider heading into a very critical game 3. Only one of them can move on to the top 4 of the World Championships.
I think if you're Zach, you're probably thinking, I had a couple of opportunities in that one. Things just didn't go my way on specific turns. This was nice, obviously, in getting the boost with the Defiant. But I think one thing that Yuya did really effectively was bring multiple
Okay,
Pokemon.
sorry,
Didn't
no, I
really
am
care
wrong.
that much
Jean
about the
Philippe
sucker punch
beat
damage.
Wolfie at
It's
EYC.
pretty
I
much
looked
huge,
at
by
the
way, because I
wrong
was talking
match
about
results
bunch
from
of
him.
Aquajet maybe just KOing
I
Poland, as we saw
apologize
later.
for the
Aquajet
fake
did
information
knock
on
it
the
out,
stream.
right? So had the double up went up there, then the King Gambit would have been healthier instead of being at just 2%, which
I also just got a huge
But to me,
Japanese
I think the
YouTuber
Encore
sending
was
me a
one of the
message.
key deciding factors in where
Um,
Zach got
I
first
don't know
off,
this
and then he put
person,
Basket
but it's a
Legion in
huge
really
Japanese
compromising
YouTuber apparently.
You saw
From
the
Latin America,
Fearville,
Brazilian
right?
players
Because
still
you
in the
have
top
the
4,
Fearville,
but
and
Japan
at
won't
least
lose
the race
either.
power can
Everyone
redirect
from Latin
the way
America,
you
please
attack the
cheer
Basket
for
Legion,
Brazil's young
but
rising
can't
star
help you
too.
against this
And
grass
then
red Encore.
a Japanese
And so
flag
that is
hugging the Brazilian flag. I thought it was
but a
cute.
call you have to make when you're in a position like that. So heading into this
Trying
game
out
3,
weird
do we
teams is
see
kind of
a
something with
mix-up? Is
Pokemon
there
and queerness
actually
with
going to
unusual
be an
expression instead of
appearance
favoring the
of
meta.
Mega Dragonite
It
for
is.
Yuya
It's about
and
like
Mega
finding
Frostlass
a
for
team
I don't
composition
know. I
that
was hoping to see it in the last game.
that
I think Yuya might say, I think this is
tells
just
a
the
little
best
bit
line
of
that
the
I
story
have to
about
take. Like,
of who
Basket
you are,
Legion
right?
exerts a
Trying
lot
to
of
think
offensive
outside of
pressure.
the
If you're
norm.
Zach,
I think
right,
that's
you could lead King
there
Gambit
is an
here, but King Gambit kind of feels
inherently
like a
queer story
gamble,
in
right?
that.
Because you got multiple turns wrong against the Basket Legion, and with all the resistances, it didn't do very
So
much.
hard
Let's
to
see.
wear
If he brings it back, it's
headphones
not. It's gonna be
and
the like
Sylvia
drops. I
Nears
feel
at the
like
same
it's more
time. I do
consistent
not
because drops like
recommend.
this 30 to 40% consistently
Whoever
against
wanna
them.
wear headphones and
it's gonna be the
Sylvia
run back
or
for the
and
Basket
Sylvia
Legion in the
Nears,
Whimsicott.
try
And so
one.
there's a lot of offense on both sides.
So what is
Wait, this one
interesting here is,
first?
well, do you just go for Moonblast Wave Crash into Scovillain again, right? Scovillain protected last time. Let's say you predict that, well, you can Moonblast Aquajet the opposing Lycanroc. And
Is
so,
this gonna work?
even though we've seen the exact same leads, I think
I
turn
think this
one
works right now.
can really give whoever gains the advantage and gets the turn right, really just allows it to snowball. And so let's see, okay, Scovillain is going to stay in. It is just going to Mega Evolve.
Mega Evolution is going to help the Skull Villain to have that spicy extract for the physical attacker of this Basket Legion. We'll see what actually happens on this turn. As
So much
going to go for the
whimsy.
protect
So much
first.
whimsy.
Make sure I can keep that focus dash intact as Basket Legion is also going to go
I don't
for
think
protect.
I've ever run
Now
protect on
Yuya
a
has
Basket
the
Legion.
information
Should
that
I?
this Scovillain
The top player in the
did
world
end
is doing
up
that.
committing that Mega Evolution, and Lycanroc cannot get those rock slides to connect.
Yeah, so going for the double protect just to say, look, I want to just scout for what you do this time around, and whenever you click, well, now I have Encore pressure into either slot next turn. So ends up being a little bit safe, right? And now you do pressure Encore into the Lycanroc into Rock Slide or into Scovillain for Giga Drain, right? And so same play exists where I talked about earlier, which is Moonblast plus Aqua Jet into Lycanroc. That seems kind of unlikely, right? Because Scovillain could go for a Rage Powder potentially. But it is, and yeah, no Rage Powder.
Oh my
No Rage Powder
God.
to draw the attention away, so Lycanroc gets brought down to its focus dash by that Aqua Jet.
Zach,
so there's
why?
another follow-up here from the Whimsicott. This Lycanroc is just going to go down. So can the Scovillain make up enough of the deficit as Whimsicott's Moonblast lands? Lycanroc
Are you
is
gonna go
now
for Giga
out
Drain,
of this third
or?
game. Scovillain has some pressure here. Overheat, super effective into the Whimsicott. Has the Giga Drain for the Basket Legion as well.
No.
But Basket Legion does not get felled by that one
That's
Giga Drain.
such a bad move.
Not the worst trade, I think, at the end of the day. Lycanroc going down without getting any damage off does not feel great if you're Zach. But I think Zach was saying, you're not going to go for Moonblast Aqua Jet. I can Rage Powder that Aqua Jet away. And so Yuya, like I said, that is a
That's
potential
so
play to make.
unlucky.
And the question is whether or not Zach's going to want to cover for it. Scovillain still gets a lot, though. Basket Legion in safely from his end. So now you thread in Aqua Jet into the Basket Legion on Yuya's end. And just an overheat potentially into the Whimsicott, right? So I think Zach's position is actually still fine, even though Lycanroc is getting damage off. But once again, Encore, this is why Whimsicott is such a valuable tool in this matchup. That Scovillain now is going to be locked into Giga Drain.
But this Aqua Jet's going to pick off the Basket Legion, and so too, a Pokemon down for Yuya, as that Basket Legion was a pretty critical piece of the puzzle. At least it was able to take up the Lycanroc before it was felled, but now the Whimsicott
That
has
did
its
not
focus
do
broken
that
by the
little
Scovillain.
damage, though.
That was 30%.
30%?
Yeah.
That's not bad. The Scovillain's offense actually really putting in a lot of work. Now we know Scovillain, however, is locked in the Giga Drain, and then of course, if you are Yuya, you can thread in
The
Encore
baby
into
flower is
Basket
in the
Legion
field.
as well,
The baby
right?
flower
And force
has hit the
that into
field.
Aqua Jet. So, what do you do now if you're Zachary? Because the Floette is in a really strong position, right? I would expect Sneasler to be Zachary's fourth Pokemon. You really don't want to switch
Do you
Sneasler in and
switch
end up doing
Scovillain
too much
out?
fairy type damage, especially if Yuya makes an aggressive prediction and just goes for something like, you know, Dazzling Blade, Moonblast, double up into that slot. Sneasler faints. It's a disaster. And so you can see the power of Encore here. I think Yuya has a safe Encore into the Basket Legion.
Encore is
Zach
so
could maybe
broken.
protect Basket
Like,
Legion, switch
Encore
Scovillain out, or
could
even
just be the
protect
best
Basket
move in the
Legion
game,
get a
and I'm
Giga
not
Drain off of Scovillain
exaggerating.
saying, look, you have two fairies out right now. You're not going to do much damage into me. I'm fine being locked into Giga Drain. I'm just going to keep Giga Draining your Floette.
All of that damage ends up adding up eventually, so I think you have to worry a little bit about that Scovillain getting too much
I still
damage.
love of all
And Giga
things we
Drain
have
is
a
gonna
Mega
heal you
Floette.
at
That
the
is a
end
very
of the
nice way
turn
of
if you
seeing
actually
it.
have had
And I
damage
agree.
taken. So Scovillain's gonna have to be dealt with at some point.
I don't
or
think it
another.
needed to be that
Basket
strong,
Legion first to
though.
protect itself, and then Scovillain gets to attack. As the Basket Legion keeps itself safe from a Moonblast from this Whimsicott. So now Floette with the Dazzling Gleam gets to do some chip to the Scovillain, but again, is this going to be just a light tickle that the Scovillain can heal off
does
with
nothing.
a Giga Drain?
Yeah, I think the answer is yes, and this is why I kept saying maybe Dragonite, right? I think Dragonite's offense would have been a little bit better in this position. That is not a bad trade if you're Scovillain, right? Scovillain's like, hey, thanks for the damage. I'm going to heal back up and enjoy your burn on the way out as well, right? And so it's a really good trade here. Once again, though, there is the threat of Encore now into the Basket Legion slot. So you would think maybe Basket Legion wants to switch out. If you switch out into that Sneasler and you eat up a Moonblast and Dazzling Gleam, hey, that might just be a knockout. So Sneasler comes in. Does
If
Yuya go for
Aaron
Encore here?
Zang, if Aaron Cybertron
it
Zang, oh my
did.
god!
So Sneasler will make sure that that fails. As Floette ends up following up with
Does
a
that KO?
Moonblast.
No.
There's still a lot of damage that this Sneasler's going to eat, but it's around for the next turn as Scovillain gets off another impressive Giga Drain. One more, and this Floette's going to get knocked out.
Can we just point out that 2 turns ago we had max HP Floette, max HP Scovillain, and now we have max HP Scovillain, 27%
Encore is
Floette.
ended.
Like, that Floette has really gotten chipped away.
You
The Scovillain's
can
offense is
fake
actually
out
really
overheat
impressive,
if
and
you
yeah,
want,
Sneasler
right?
much enough to survive that Moonblast. Like I said, Yuya could have doubled up in that position, going for Moonblast with his Whimsicott. Instead, tries to Encore the Basket Legion, does not get it out of fear of Aqua Jet coming out and finishing Floette. So big momentum swing over to Zach now. Sneasler, of course, out on the field. Does have
I am
the ability
so
to just go
tense.
for a fake out. As always, if you pig out, then you have to worry about getting on-court potentially afterwards.
Is
but it
Floette your
something that can
favorite
be tried either
non-fully
spot.
evolved
By the
Pokemon?
way, I still don't see an answer to Scovillain right now.
I don't either.
It's got to be the Sneasler in the back, right? But you got to get it out eventually. And so for now, it's going to be a Whimsicott Protect.
Scovillain can threaten a knockout under this Floette with just a single Giga
Well,
Drain.
I would have
And then you
doubled
also
down
have
on
Overheat
Whimsicott
try to knock out this
to
Whimsicott.
Darrow the
Either
screw.
way, I see this Scovillain being the big winner here. Even though Sneasler doesn't get a chance to fake out the Whimsicott and gets knocked out with that Dazzling Gleam, if
Hey, Nintendo
Scovillain
Power, how's it
attacks
going?
this Floette, which it
Nice
does,
Pichu.
that's another Pokemon down. And it's only Whimsicott that stands in Zach's way of moving
This
on to the
Whimsicott
top
is
4 of the
so
World Championship.
One more in the
resilient.
back,
It's
right?
insane.
One
There's a Sneasler coming in, I think.
Maybe it's the Sneasler, but I'm just saying, like, at this Basket Legion, you have to worry about it. It's sitting back there. Maybe it's the King Gambit and it keeps
It is
Yuya in
Sneasler,
this, but
okay.
it's Sneasler.
So Sneasler here, probably the best Pokemon. If it's King Gambit or regular Dragonite, I would have thought the game was over. I mean, this still looks really dire, to be honest. I'm trying to think, like, you can't double protect, right? Because if you double protect, then of course you lose to an Encore. You have to really be mindful of Encore right now. But Sneasler can just go for an immediate Dire Claw into Scovillain. Like, I think Zach's in a really commanding position given the offensive matchup of Scovillain and Basket Legion. Just needs to find the right sequencing here. And make sure you do not lose to Encore. Here we go, and it's just going to be offense coming out. Moonblast into Basket Legion, 90 down to 51. That did 39%.
This is so tense.
And
Sneasler
Rock
can
is gonna
slide.
miss.
Oh,
No!
the Basket Legion
No!
the Whimsicott you had to worry about is going to be that Rock Slide. Last respect, Whimsicott is down. Sneasler's left on an island.
Quarterfinals of the World Championship. Oh my god.
Overheat connects.
Oh my
Scovillain
god.
some special attack stats, but at this point, the
That,
damage
like,
is
his
done.
heart
Sneasler's
must
at
have sunk
32%.
18 meters right now.
Zach Wade moves on to the top 4 of the World
That is so
Championship.
heartbreaking. Oh my god, this is so sad.
I told you, I wanted to see
Like, I was
Rock
rooting for
Slide.
Zach, but that is so sad.
Got Rock Slide in every one of its forms. It give it
This
and
game is
take
so
it away.
nasty. What
That
the
move
fuck?
can be powerful,
Why do we
or
play
it can let
this?
you down.
That
And
is so
that
nasty.
double miss,
That is
heavily
so
unfortunate for that to
stupid.
seal up the game for Yuya.
Yeah, to be honest, I think even if you get the double flinch there, like Zach still.
I don't know if it
gets enough
mattered.
time
Like,
to play with,
Aaron
right?
was like
So,
cutting
it was very,
out
very
different
heavily favored
solutions.
in Zach's,
Double Rock
in-
Slide miss was
in that
definitely not
final
one of
turn.
those.
But the Rock Slide, you know, you always go for it as like a last-ditch effort, get some damage. Also,
I
go
think
for
he
a
was
flinch, but
fishing
to
for
me,
a
the main
flinch
defining
and,
factor
like,
in
he
game
got
three
the
was,
worst
once
case
again, Mega
scenario.
Scovillain came out, Mega Floette came out on the opposing side, and the Floette just traded terribly into Scovillain, right? So that's why we kept saying Dragonite, 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 maybe Dragonite, maybe Dragonite. And if it were a Dragonite in that end game, it actually is pretty bulky, right? You've got decent damage.
Oh my
with
god,
the
chat.
Dragon Pulse.
Pokemon
You've
is
got
so...
Heat and Thunderbolt as well. Pretty good coverage across the board, but Yuya just sticking to Floette in the end. And
RNG is
getting
part of
Zach
the game,
making the
right?
adjustment
But,
back to
like...
Lycanroc, dropping that King Gambit. And does not
Well,
get
chat,
much
we have a
in the end, and Zachary is
50-50
getting a
that,
trophy here, moving on to the semifinals.
Mega Scovillain is a
Still
world
an impressive
champion,
performance
baby.
there by
I have a
Yuya.
50-50 that Mega Frostlass is the world
Coming out of The
champion.
Japan national tournament, right?
Oh
into
my
this
god,
one,
Necro, your
and
dress is
top
so
of the
pretty! I love it!
World Championships is an impressive achievement.
It's pretty good, yeah. And I just wish we could have seen Mega Dragonite, because I think, you know, he was one of the premier Mega Dragonite players just coming out of day one. It's not a Pokemon that's made a ton of appearances on stream. We had a couple of Mega Dragonites in day two here. It was, yeah, basically one of the best
Up next,
spins
interview
throughout
of
the
Zach.
tournament. But definitely an amazing run throughout the course. And man, I
Crazy
gotta
stuff.
say, like, seeing
I'm nervous
Rockslide
already. The
and
next
Sneasler
match is
still
the
so
next
much
match.
fear
Is
in
the
my
next
heart
match,
knowing how
chat.
fast
It's
it
the
is
next
and
match.
its ability to get flinches across the board. But in the end, it is not the most reliable there in that end game. And once again, I think like Zach was in a really favorable
the
position
next
given
match.
the bulk of Basket Legion and Scovillain. And
Thank you
these
so
Pokemon are
much for
trying
the
to
sub,
invest in their
Hilarium. I
character.
really
Just have one
appreciate
big
it.
attack
Hope
on
you
them,
enjoy
right?
your ad
So
reviewing
I thought
and your
Scovillain has looked
emojis.
so impressive in this top 8.
That's why I was seen in the future.
Pokemon is
and I was
merciless
like,
to
Sneasler,
fate.
It's not gonna affect
Yes.
the game that much. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think it's just been an amazing performance. Let's hear from Zach. He must be elated that he's moving on to the top 4.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so
Hello,
much.
Slowpoke.
I'm here with Zachary Weed,
Hey,
your
Gabby.
final
How's it
top
going?
4 player here at the 2026 World Championships. Let's hear it up. Zachary, I know it's been a crazy season for you. What does
Isn't
it
it
mean
funny
to
that
be here on the
Walrein of
stage,
all
knowing that you've
Pokemon is
locked
the
in a
main Pokemon in
trophy
in
here
the
at the World
States?
Championships?
I am kind of in disbelief, to say the least. I was messaging all my friends the week before this event. I was saying, oh my god, I can't wait to go 4-4 at this tournament.
There is a world where we get a
well,
João versus
this is a
Zach
lot
Italian
better
Ice
than
Mirror
4-4,
match in the
I'd say.
finals. You are
I
completely
mean,
correct.
there's still a 4 in the number, so you got that part right.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about that last match because it was looking pretty dicey there for a while, especially with Yuya's Whimsicott. I mean, what was your strategy playing around those encores, especially when it looked like that Whimsicott could have locked you into Protect or Aqua Jet a lot of those turns?
Yeah, the Whimsicott was very scary for sure, especially because it could set Tailwind and allow the Basket Legion to pretty much sweep my team if I didn't play well. But I realized that even though it can click Encore and it can click Tailwind, it's not really offering much of a damage threat most of the time. So with my Scovillain on the field, I can just say I'm fine getting Encored into Giga Drain because you're getting trapped, basically trapped on the field.
I
with a
love
Pokemon
shiny
that's doing
resetting, by the
maybe
way. It's such a good
10
like
to
fidget
20%
spinner.
onto my Scovillain at max. So I was fine with taking the Encores if it meant I was just able to keep doing damage of some sort.
I mean, not only just doing damage, but healing damage. We saw your Scovillain heal up half the damage it took every single turn, it felt like. It seemed like that's your MVP of that battle.
For sure. When I used to play this matchup, I tend to lean towards Frostlass more, but the more I've played with the team, the more I've realized how good Scovillain is because most of that team just cannot deal with the fire typing and the burn at all. And combined with some Giga Drain or Overheat chip, it means that a lot of their Pokemon get chipped down very quickly in range of all your priority attacks.
So out of curiosity, in that game number 3, when Lycanroc went down early with that double KO, did you really have to pivot your game plan to be focused more around the Scovillain, or was that your plan from the start?
Going into that turn, I knew that he was going to double up and KO something. I was fine with it being the Lycanroc because it meant that Scovillain could just stay around and be an absolute wall for him. And honestly, once the Basket Legion is gone, there's not much stopping Scovillain from completely taking over the game.
He's very sweet,
He
yeah.
maybe could have
He's just a
played a
boy.
little bit more aggressive and tried to call out a Aqua Jet Moonblast, but ultimately I was fine giving up the Lycanroc for basically nothing, knowing that my position was still completely fine.
Well, Zachary, congratulations again on making top 4. Are there any shout outs you want to give to anybody watching at home?
Shout out to my family, my mom here in the audience with us, all my friends watching, my local scene, and just everyone who helped me this weekend. I love everyone.
Congratulations again on making top 4. Let's hear it for Zachary and all of our top 4 finalists here in San Francisco one more time.
I'm so nervous. I am so
And now let's
nervous.
go ahead and talk to Ben
I am
about
so
our
nervous.
finalists as
I
we
wanna
have some
cry.
incredible top 4 matches coming up, and I can't wait to hear him break it down.
It's in a
Yeah,
roar.
still cheering, but keep on cheering because Zachary's done so well
It's
to make
time.
it into our top 4. Ben and Scott here to
It's
have a little
time.
bit of a rundown of that last top 8 match.
What do I
And,
do? I don't want to watch
well, we've been
it.
talking
I'm
about
afraid I'm
that
gonna jinx
Scovillain,
it because
a
it's the
little
first
while,
game
but
we're
we
gonna
haven't
watch.
really seen it pop off in the way that Zachary made it pop off in that match, have we?
Yeah, I mean, I think it looked like a very different Pokemon that match in pretty much every other time we've seen it, right? Where they're typically used basically just for an ability, right? One of those Pokemon, hey, you know, I'll Rage Powder, I'll get, you know, some burns out there, I'll support the team, and then I'll kind of go on my merry way. Where he was go sweeping in that one because, yeah, it just didn't have a good way to deal with it. And, you know, the special attack stat on that Pokemon isn't bad, right? Especially that Giga Drain where you're not just like immediately nuking your own stats. And yeah, I mean, it's not what I was expecting to see in top 8, but maybe we're seeing more and more of why this team keeps surviving, right? It's a little more flexible than maybe it appears.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know,
I
it's
mean,
not just
obviously,
also,
right?
You get those moody boosts that we saw, and like sometimes they work for you, sometimes they don't work for you. We saw a Scovillain get a 2+ special attack boost at some point today. And we're like, oh, that's
Hello, Rio
that's a
Shiny
Scovillain we gotta look
Stone.
out for.
How's your gay
but
ass
in that match,
doing?
and especially in Game 3, where playing up against the Mega Floette, I mean, that's like one of the reasons that Scovillain is really part of this team is to just sort of like Visco chilling against
Yay,
Omega
that's what I
Flow X
said.
and any other fairy type damage like from the Whimsicott in front of it, and just like,
yeah,
sure, encore me into Giga Drain, no problem.
I'm
I'll just keep
nervous.
recovering.
That's why I'm
all of
not
my
saying
health.
enough. What's
Yeah, I
up,
think a lot
chat?
of
So
fun
did
too.
you watch
You cannot
Pokemon
forget
XP
that
today?
element
Did they
of
have any
matchups
cool
of that
stuff?
quickness.
What did I
Obviously,
miss?
Lycanroc's there for Charizard. You have Scovillain's a big jerk to most of the physical attackers in the team, but it does have the type matchup advantage against Float too, right? As we saw in that match, it's not going to knock it out in a hurry or anything, but you know, it got there eventually, and more critically, you know, Float wasn't really doing anything to it back. Where, yeah, it was definitely a, you know, you're trapped in here with me sort of situation.
And looking at this matchup as well, I mean, this is
You're
not
trapped
something
in here
that
with
I feel like
me.
Zachary would have prepared for specifically.
Next
like,
round we are
a
all
lot of
Brazilian,
players
chat.
don't
If anybody's
come
not
to,
Brazilian next
this
round
sort
in
of
chat, I'm not
archetype
gonna
the
read
way
your
that
messages,
Yuya
I
and
swear.
Takuma, most importantly now being the match that we're going to see after this with
What is the
Zachary
name of that
versus
Fernando
Yuya
Torres
on
movie that
board,
explains
and
Brazil's
say,
history
hey,
with military
this
dictatorships and
Charizard just ain't
showcases
pulling
how
his weight.
similar it
Let's
is with
put
the
a
rest of the
Dragonite there
Latam?
instead.
It's
Which,
called
to be
I'm
fair,
Still
a
Here.
strong Pokemon
It is
that's got
actually
lots
the
of
most
stats. It's
successful
got
video I
multi-scale,
have
which is
ever put
probably
out on
one of,
YouTube. If you want to
if not
watch
the
it
most
out and
strong,
learn more about the
abilities
context of that
in the
video,
game. But I think
just
that
click
what's
on the
really
Silly
interesting
channel,
about this matchup
rank
here is,
videos
like,
by
we
most
focus
popular.
on
The first
Scovillain.
one is
If
gonna
you're
be a
Zachary,
video
it's
about
like,
I'm
hey,
Still Here.
Dragonite looks really cool. You've got like a little bit of cover with the Basculegion as well. We saw how much those Life Orb wave crashes do. But also you've got a little bit of pressure from that Whimsicott.
This
with
is
the
not just a
Encore that really
Pokemon channel,
changes
chat.
the
I am
way that
a
this
woman
Pokemon,
of many
goes.
abilities,
But if
of
you
many
bring those three
interests.
Pokemon,
Rocky
and
Horror
then
video coming out
instead,
next week.
Zachary decides, hey, do you know what? I'm going for the Frostlass, right? This changes the matchup and flips it on its head.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting too, because I think if you look at this matchup, there's Dragonite there. I think for a lot of players, just like a glowing beacon on Frostlass.
I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. Can I move forward the live
There's
stream?
like 4 times weakness. I'm gonna get him, and that, you know, really wouldn't have been the right way to approach this matchup. And yeah, I think it's neat because again, I think probably both of these Mega Pokemon are a little bit underappreciated, right? Where they kind of lose the spotlight to their supporting cast here, but there's just so much that they can do in this matchup. And I think also kind of just showing a willingness to
I
bring
am
either Mega
sleepy,
Pokemon
but
also
I
makes
need
it
to
so much more
watch
difficult
it.
play against.
I
It's
am
like
so
really
hyped.
deceptively difficult team preview.
Yeah, there's so many different branching paths here. I think it's most notably important, as you said, that Zachary's got to face basically like this matchup again, but instead of the Whimsicott on Yuya's team that he's decided to go for, Takuma's got a Garchomp. And so none of the encore pressure is going to be present in Zachary's top 4, which was like overall a little bit
I
problematic.
want to see
Maybe
more
we're gonna see a
Brazilian
little bit more rock
counterculture
slide,
media and
going
queer
on,
media and
with
non-English
Garchomp that
media in
Takuma's running,
general. I will try my best,
on
as
that,
I
and
promise.
just having the opportunity
Rocky
to
Horror is none of
play
those,
that
but
and just
I will
spread a little
bring
bit of
some
damage out, break the
perspectives.
focus dash on the Lycanroc, things like that really like swing the matchup in a different
Brazil
way.
has its
and,
fijos that
have
makes it inherently superior
Zachary,
than
like,
any
even
other
though
of
five the
Latin
Pokemon
countries.
are the same. Like,
You don't have
what
its
you do
fijos
against
in the
it
rest of
changes so
Latam?
dramatically.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for us, it's maybe even more tempting in that situation where you get the dream
That's
of, oh, I got like
insane.
two dragons out there.
There's 2.
Yeah, you know, brother, are you flying Blizzard? If anyone's seen the comic in the old days. But yeah, I think it's interesting too, because again, you have the option of bringing it, you have the option of not bringing it. I think
Worlds 2027 in Rio, you heard it first here.
You know, that rock slide's going to hurt a lot the first time, but after that, especially Choice Scarf Garchomp, become much more of a flinch bot than a real offensive threat. So, you know, maybe you just kind of like play the odds in that one a little bit. I think it's fun in that regard, right? Where it's so complicated to play against kind of in both directions, and I think it'll be really fun to watch that as a 3-game set where like either of them could very feasibly bring any of their Pokemon, which I think is always the most fun match to watch.
Definitely, especially when you get to this stage of the tournament, of like all of our players are playing so well, and I think it brings me on to a point in Game 3 that we saw where this is pretty early in the game, right? And so we had the in-game
Yes,
one,
sorry,
we
I did not
had
reply you. So I
one
think
or
the
two.
best,
I can't
the two
remember.
best
We
methods
had
to
the
Shiny
situation,
Hunt
I think
and
it
Sword
was
and
one where the
Shield
Lycanroc goes
is either
for,
Dynamax or
Rock
random
Slide,
encounters, right?
Not the Excel Rock, most notably.
I am very happy with
and
my
the
Masuda
Basculegion
Egg
goes for an
Ponytail.
Aquajet here,
I
and
really
a Moon,
wanted one.
Whimsicott goes for a
But other
Moonblast
than
here.
that,
KO the
I would
Lycanroc
just
and
random
leave the
encounter. It
Scovillain
depends on the
kinda
target, right?
ready to have to fend for itself in the rest of the game, right? And so in this turn, you've got this situation where both players are like, well, okay, I've seen this story before, right?
Bibi
I know
Anderson.
what
I don't know
can
her.
happen in
I
this
don't know
particular
them.
scenario,
I will
but
check
I
it
wanted
out.
to call out specifically like the mental
I love that
resolve
video.
that
Day
both
one
of these
sub
players
here.
had
It's my
to
favorite
actually
part.
sit
The Smogon
in
one.
this
Sorry for
turn
sending you
and
down that
just,
rabbit
like,
hole.
say,
With love,
hang on a
Vita. It's
second.
okay, Vita.
Look,
I
we're in
liked
this
rabbit
position,
holes sometimes. It's
yet
nicer than
again.
just staying
Do we
surface
do
level.
the same thing again while my opponent makes a read, or do I
Yeah,
try to make
when I don't have a target,
read
I
on
kind of
top
like
read?
hunting for
Yeah, I think it's
legendaries,
particularly
hence the
interesting at this point
Mewtwo
in
you're
tournaments
seeing on
where,
top of the screen
it's a
right
little
now.
bit different than playing a Swiss round where they've known their opponent for probably a couple of hours at this point. They've done some prep knowing the matchup, and they know what they think the best line of this matchup is, right? And then, well, how much you improvise versus how much you kind of trust it before the game. I believe this was the right thing to do. Both players kind of just choosing to stick to their guns here and make the same move that they made the first time.
Yeah, it's like, and here you see like the Lycanroc
João
was
Felipe do céu, pelo
Zachary, and he
amor
said
de
it in his
Deus,
interview, is
menino.
willing to risk that Lycanroc
Pelo
going
amor
down
de Deus.
because
Cadê
that
esse
Scovillain was in
jogo?
such a good position, and here it is going down
Can you
to
please
that couple up
start?
yet again. But I think unlike in game one, we see the Giga Drain coming out here into the Basque Legion, and I want to pause it here as well, just to like highlight how much HP this Basque Legion has left, just 12%. And when you're playing Basque Legion against Basque Legion, especially when they're both carrying the Life Orb, like, you're happy if you're Zachary to make them.
Oh, Pokemon XP is over? Like, is it over? What did I miss? Did something cool happen? So let's check. What is this? Pokemon Go? Sure. I mean, all power to Pokemon Go, but cute Sudowoodo. Celebrating 10 years of Pokemon Go. Got it. Then we got this cool Blastoise over here. Then cool people and cool stuff being showcased.
Matt, is that alright if I... So if you take that little spinner right there, I'm gonna count you down, you might get a prize, alright? 3, 2, 1, give it a spin! Oh,
Oh, that is kind of cute, actually.
Watch that pack battle.
I do kind of cute. I do think it's kind of cute that you get a prize for spinning the Pokestop. Okay, what else do we have? What is this? People chatting, people chatting, people chatting. Do I know this guy? I don't think I do. Oh! What's up, PM7? Who else do we have here? This is Pokemon Go. This is also... Lots of Pokemon Go here, right? Lots of Pokemon Go here. Cute photos. Ah, Agent V!
Come to life in a different...
Agent V, I can't believe this happened. I got to hold the actual puppet of Surfetch from Pokemon Tales, the misadventures of Surfetch and Pichu. When I tell you, I cannot wait to watch the series. Hashtag free access, hashtag Pokemon XP, hashtag Pokemon Worlds. V, this is giving me FOMO. Please don't post that anymore. I love you. The puppet is so cool, right? Aardvark is so cool. I'm so excited for the series. It looks so cute. What else is going on here? What is this? Oh, this is the game show. Oh, that would be fun to watch. I think that Arlie was gonna participate in the game show. I don't think this is the game show I'm thinking of. This is something else. Yeah, what is the game show? It's an... Some people chatting, more chatting, more chatting. Lots of games, more chatting. Yeah, that was Pokemon and Lego. And so, oh, the Lapras Lego is so funny. That was Pokemon XP for today. What is this? It's still Lego. Okay. Okay, back to the nervous. Back to being nervous.
Two trainers in particular that we usually call out on the broadcaster. Zachary potentially in threatening to, you know, get to that sort of same level of credentials, but maybe he can take it all the way.
Yeah, no, I think we always feel a little bad for those trainers who always seem to just be so
Get all the way to, you know, get to that sort of same level of credentials, but maybe
trainers in the semifinals, and I can't wait to see which of them make it to the exciting finals in the big arena.
It's so hard to have the years.
We're going to go to a short break right now, but stay
I'm
tuned.
just
You
doing
won't wanna miss
artwork while
this.
watching, but I just noticed your Sylveon headband. It's so cute. Thank you so much. It is also very tricky to have on my head. Maybe you can do like this. Ah, that is kind of better. Not really. It's gonna fall in 10 seconds. Yeah. Does it work if I do like this? Does this work? This is a bit stupid. I'm okay with this. To play Yu-Gi-Oh! That's pretty queer as well. It happened to have the World Championship at the same time. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In probably 25 years, and I never really played it properly. But I did like the anime. The puppets are so much bigger, I thought. Yeah, like, they are... I think they're the right size to be easily, like, managed. Like, you move them with your hands quite easily. Hey, Pikachu. So excited, I love Pokémon Concierge. I watched Pokémon Concierge with my little cousin and it was very sweet.
It is time to get
Is it
started
time?
with the top
Is it
four
time?
here
Is it
at
time?
Pokemon
Please don't say it's
World
time.
Championships for VGC.
Please don't say it's time.
But only 2 will make their way out and play at the Chase Center for
no.
the chance to earn that
No, I don't wanna
World
see it.
Championship title. I'm Sarah Dawn.
Sierra,
joined
I'm
here by
so
Lee
nervous,
Provost.
Sierra.
We only
Sarah
have
Dawn,
4
please.
trainers left.
Sierra Dawn.
Best of the best.
Yeah,
Chat, are you ready? I need Brazilian flags in chat right now.
Remaining trainers. One of these trainers will be moving into Championship Sunday to contend themselves for that title. The other will have done an incredible job.
João Felipe, pelo
Which one
amor
will
de
it be?
Deus,
Well, they're going to
menino.
give it everything in this next match, and both of these players have been incredible. All of our top 4 players have been incredible to get to where they are in this tournament. We know
We are
the
rooting
level
for
of
Brazil,
competition
Robbie.
they've had to
We
come up
are.
against
We are rooting for
time and time
Brazil.
again, each and every round to get to this stage. And it's just
We are rooting for
phenomenal
Brazil.
achievement.
It has been incredible to watch them, but let's head over to the stage and introduce our first top 4 match. What an
It's a
incredible
kid,
one. 2
you know what I
very
mean? He's
different
16.
stories. We got
It's
Hiroshi
his
Onishi
first
going
year.
Up against Joao Felipe
It's his
Leite, and
first
this is
year.
just incredible. For Hiroshi, we saw him
Sorry,
just a few
chat.
months ago
The Sylvianeers
take
need
down
to
the
go.
Japan
I need to
National
focus. I need to lock in.
Championships.
I need
Such
to
an
lock the hell in.
accomplishment and going on a run
Brazil
here
flags,
that
Brazilian
Pokémon
flags in
managed
chat,
to do
please.
Before him, going from that national champion to that
I
world
do
champion,
think it's a good
he
team
is so
matchup,
close
right? You
to
have the
making that
Lycan
a
Rock,
reality.
which is
But
very
for
good
Joao,
into Zard.
this season has been
Like, I think that
amazing for him,
Mega
and
Skull
it's
Villain
his
is
first
amazing into
season here
Chomp
in the
and
Masters
into
division.
Whisker Legion
To already get
and
that much sustainment from the game
into
is
King Gambit.
incredible.
I
We've got to
think
see the
João
achievements he's had
has a
with
great
Gen Senior,
type
getting the
matchup,
regional
right?
championships,
João
looking
is
at the runs
16.
he's made
It's his
at
first year
internationals,
playing
but
VGC
now on the
Masters.
biggest
Like,
stage,
he's doing incredible
incredible. This
results.
could be the
He was like
opportunity.
second
First
place in
year
a
to become
2,000
world
people online
champion
tournament. Is it gonna
for
start
such a
already? Oh my
young
god.
trainer
Mega
is
Absol, Mega Absol. We are seeing Mega Absol.
Yeah,
This
it's
kid is
incredible
also like
goal,
what?
isn't it?
Well,
Both
how old is
stories
Hiroshi
are
Onishi?
remarkable. Let's
Like,
see
this
which
is
one
also
plays
a
out.
kid.
We'll
These
start
are
with
two
a quick overview
kids.
of Hiroshi's team. Same 6 Pokemon that they used to success to take that
Go Brazil, go.
championship.
Go Brazil, go. Go Brazil, go. Go
Alteration
Brazil, go.
into This tournament, but it is that strong
And you get a screenshot of
Charizard
this.
and Mega Floette combination. They're gonna be
Okay, let's see.
with
So it's
that.
Ancient Power Zard, which
Try
is
to
actually very good for
control
us
the
because Ancient
disruption
Powers are
with that
gonna do
on-call, and then
anything.
you've got that kind of the
All the
balance of
Floettes are
offense
running
and
Light of
defense.
Ruin, right?
Get
That is a
that
choice. I
physical
don't like
damage
running
out
Light
on
of
the field
Ruin.
when needed, but the two
Encore,
cleanup
I think all the
Pokemon
movesets are so
disruptors as
similar
well,
in every single team.
Gambit,
I'm
4
never really
attacks there,
surprised.
the Occa Berry to give room against the
Vai,
Poison
João,
Charizard,
vai, João, vai,
and
João,
then
vai,
that
João.
Basilisk.
Okay, this is when we get the
Mega
screenshots.
Charizard sometimes or sometimes not paired with the Mega Floette have been the dominant Megas here for Pokemon Champion.
João Felipe
But
Leite.
Joao, his team is a team
Tu
made
é
to
Pelé, meu
break
filho.
that
Você é
down.
pentacampeão,
And a team that
vai
he's
que é
very
sua.
familiar facing up against. Some variation of Mega
Você é
Charizard throughout the
pentacampeão.
tournament. He has taken down 7 of them.
Hi, chat.
Looking
Hi,
for that
chat.
eight.
Hello,
And if you can
chat.
preserve
Welcome in.
pieces
People are
like
coming
that
in. Our
Lycan
viewership
Rock,
is
well, they could be
increasing.
a very
Everybody
fast
wants to
good
see
force
this,
to be
right?
careful with
This is
every
what
single
you're here
puzzle
for,
here.
right?
Yeah, this is a big test for Hiroshi because this team in particular, like you said, Sierra, is made to go up against these.
This
Charizard
team
and
is
Floette.
made to go against Hiroshi's
This
team.
is-
Yes,
it's
that's
gonna
what
be
I'm
that
talking
line.
about.
You see, you've
It's
got to be
the
very careful with it.
anti-meta.
You have
It's
a
the
bit of security
counter.
into the
João
focus
Felipe
like this.
is piloting the counter team to Zard, and he beat a lot of people on the way here. He's like, he's done this matchup before. This is game. You got it. You got it. João Felipe is like one of the most Brazilian names you can possibly have. And this is the only English-speaking stream where you're gonna hear it pronounced correctly. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I don't want to see it.
It's time to get started here with top 4. Determine who is going to be our first final
They're not
of
open Blizzard, right?
Championship
It's
Sunday.
Basco.
Basque Legion and Whimsicott
Okay,
in the lead
Scovilla's
for
good here,
Hiroshi.
actually.
On the opposing end, that Lycanroc right
Lycanroc's
away
not that
making an appearance
great,
next to
I would
Scovillain.
say, but let's see how Pelé does it. You can write in Portuguese, chat. Feel free to. This is a bilingual stream at this point. I'm gonna shout in Portuguese. I can't shout. It's over midnight, and my neighbors are gonna be so pissed. Let's go, Jean. Let's go, Jean. Let's go, Jean. Scovillain here is good. Just go fucking Giga Drain. Who cares?
It's going to be very impactful. The one thing you could say if you want to break the stash on the Whimsicott, you can probably do that now if you want to get some damage there. But
Okay,
like we're saying,
that's
switching
probably a
out
good
will be
idea.
preserved for later when that Charizard probably makes an appearance.
You gotta keep that Lycanroc so
I'm
safe,
so
but keeping the
nervous.
focus
What the
safe
fuck?
on it as well provides so much threat later on. So a swap out makes so much sense.
Let's go,
as
Scovillain.
well
Let's
as
go,
Mega
Scovillain. Giga
Evolution
Drain.
for the
Giga
Scovillain.
Drain.
Make sure you get your ability on play. Moonblast
Ooh.
though, right away we're going on the
Ooh,
offensive
okay.
end for Hiroshi.
That's fine. We're good.
First
We're cooking.
attack,
We're cooking. We're
not
cooking.
necessarily the most amount of damage. and that
Spicy spray. Actually, that's great because it breaks sash. That breaks sash. That's
Following
amazing.
up, though, with the Basque
It's gonna double
Legion,
down.
Wave
It's gonna
Crash,
live.
all out
That lives. With
offensive,
tank.
but will be
No!
enough to take Scovillain down.
It's a huge, big knockout there and makes the difference with that life orb to take that Pokemon down. But at the cost, you are burning that Basque Legion, so it's not going to have as much impact going forward.
Yeah,
in this match. It's that
I don't
one.
know. Like,
The
Basco
Scovillain
is
was useful.
screwed.
Maybe
We
we'll see how
got
things
the
play out in
sash
Joust
out of
favor.
Whimsicott.
Got that Sneasel onto the field, now gonna have
I
active
don't
fake
know.
out.
This
Can
is
go
not.
after that
This doesn't
Whimsicott,
look good.
so prevent
Is this
tailwind
part of the
next
plan?
turn.
Can somebody please tell me it's part of the plan?
Because
Because it doesn't look good.
after that Basque Legion now, and it is in range of a sucker punch, an easy sucker punch.
Oh yeah, no. Any attacking move, they die. Like Dire Claw. No, it's a gunk shot or Dire Claw. Anyway, it kills the Whimsicott. The positioning for Jerome is very good. The positioning for Jerome is very good. Yes, I am aware. I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous. I'm sorry.
You can go ahead and set up
Like Sucker Punch KOs, Dire Claw, or Gunk Shot KOs. I don't know what Sneasler is running. Tailwind, sure.
The rest of the match. No protect though, but also no fake out. It's just gonna be a tailwind and a follow-up.
Do we eat
wave
that?
crash.
We eat that. It's burn. Let's go. Double KO. Double KO. Double KO. Double KO. I am not accepting anything other than a double KO right now.
Have to see the follow-up from the Sneasler though.
Close combat.
Into
Why?
the Whimsicott is
Why?
not necessarily the damage you would have wanted. But
They
when
didn't
you
read
do
a
get that
switch?
stab drop defense and the special defense, it'll activate the white
Why?
herb. All those disappear,
Unburden?
and you'll be extra speedy from here on out.
No.
Gambit, you even have to wait for a passive turn. Swords Dance right now.
Is that the
makes
plan
Gambit
still?
extra scary.
Yeah, and it's a really smart play from Zhao here, going for the close combat to activate that white herb, keep pace with the opposing team as we see Hiroshi.
I am
step
so
up
like,
the
okay,
window.
the cats are
Now
just saying it's a
take
good
the
play. I'm like,
opportunity
go
there.
for the
Basque Legion
KOs.
has
Get the
much better
KOs.
weapons
What are we
to get that
doing?
soul stance to become a huge
Bro is
threat
cooking
going
the
forward in this
unburden.
match.
Bro is
Now
cooking the
you pick
unburden. That's it.
back, you
And
can go for
it's
the
kind of a
sucker
free
punch
sword
Basque
dance, I
Legion.
guess.
You just go for the
We can still get the
counter
KO now. We can
Now
do
you
like,
getting it, not
I
waste
think
the sucker, maybe as an active
Sucker
getting
Punch
about
and
elastic damage
I
to
think
Basque
Sneasler
Legion.
maybe
They go
outspeeds.
for the Whimsicott again. The Whimsicott can
With
bring
Unburden?
on into this
Even
season. Could
Tailwind?
kind of put
I'm
the
not
stoppers
sure.
on. Maybe going for preferred attacks.
It's a bit greedy, yeah,
when
it's-
something else
Vasquez
is in for it,
faster,
knowing
but-
the damage that we've seen from that close combat already, not
I'm so
worth
nervous.
Mario.
King Gambit, it got its boost and it wants to make sure it can keep them and stick
Fuck.
around. But Encore, Whimsicott into the Sneasler.
That's
You're
fine,
into
'cause
an
this
attacking
KOs
move, but it's a
Whims,
close
right?
combat That doesn't do much into the Whimsicott, and well,
That
nothing
kills
into
Whimsicott
Basque
though,
Legion.
right?
Target
The burn
of
damage
choice,
kills
Basque Legion
Whimsicott.
did try and target down, but with the Encore, it does mean that the targeting switches
I'm
up
gonna
a
kill
little
myself.
bit, and Basque
That's a
Legion's not
joke,
affected at
YouTube. Don't
all.
please don't demonetize my channel. That was a joke. That was a hyperbole, okay? Vamos, João Caralho.
Gets another chance to stick around, get some more really important damage onto the outside of the field. Now, they're not taking real use of these tailwind turns. I don't think Zhao minds that too much. You want to try.
Maybe he's gonna wait out the tailwind. I don't know. This seems like the Encore here is really bad, and it just seems like very. He had 2 turns to KO both these Pokemon. It just feels like, I don't know. Getting stuck in the Encore is bad. Now you press protect.
Pokemon, though.
It's fine.
It will
Let's
be a
go.
Sucker Punch landing into the Basque Legion. That's one way to try and play
Okay, close
around
combat
all
KOs
of
Whimsicott.
Gambit.
We're gaming. We're still gaming. We're still
Try
gaming.
and go
Whimsicott
for
goes
the
down.
attack.
No, this doesn't kill anything, right? We're good. We're cooking. We're cooking. Defiant. The crit is horrible. We didn't need Defiant. It's fine. We still got. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm out of focus. Focus on the camera, please. Thank you.
It's going to be interesting to see which Pokemon on the back for Hiroshi. But got so
I think it still has Mega Frostlass in the back, which is still kind of cool though. Mostly, it's still Zard or Floette, right? I hope it's Zard. I really hope it's Zard. Please be Charizard. Please be Charizard. Please be Charizard. Please show me Charizard. I'm begging you. I'm begging you, Arceus. My shiny Arceus from Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shiny Pearl. No, it's Floette. Okay. Okay. Switch out Sneasler. Switch out Sneasler right now. Switch out Sneasler, Sucker Punch into Garchomp. That's what we do.
But it means you have to call your turns very, very carefully to try and eliminate this.
Just, we can just sack Lycanroc. We need Sneasler for Floette. Sack Sneasler, please. Oh, sack Vira-Lata Caramelo, please.
The black glasses are boosting the attack power of that as well, so you can't just ignore that. You have to respect that.
Switch out Sneasler, bring Lycanroc. What am I saying? Why am I pretending like I can beat, like I can win a top 4 worlds match? I'm just nervous.
Prioritize the Floette or the Garchomp. You probably see the Garchomp.
We didn't switch out. We didn't use switch out. There's one turn of Tailwind. You cannot protect the run court.
Turn of Tailwind as well, of course, Hiroshi. We have to see him go on the offensive to try and take advantage of it. But we could also see Joao just go on a little bit more of a defensive play. But it'll be Garchomp protecting and only Floette trying to
okay, huge. Huge.
It goes into Floette instead, and it's still a lot of damage.
That's okay. That double KOs, right?
Now we just get with this dazzling gleam. So
let's go, Sneasler! Sneasler's gaming! Dire Clock kills the Floette, but we are in Cord. We need to wait until Encore runs out. That's why I want to switch. Okay, now, okay, this is good. I think Accelerock could do a lot of damage into Floette. I think actually Lycanroc is just faster, right? Rock Slide. Yep. Or
might be enough to pick up the knockout there. You've got to worry about that citrus berry that the Garchomp has access to. You don't want to activate that and then miss the knockout and allow the Garchomp just to Earthquake. But of course you can't Earthquake when the Floette isn't protecting.
Honestly, if we take out this Floette and we still have, if the last Pokemon is just Frostlass, we win.
And Sneasler feeling confident, not having to go for one, will protect
double
this.
protect.
Just the double protect comes out from Joao's end. So both Pokemon staying safe, and now just
my goat! My absolute goat! You, oh my god, Joao, you're amazing! What the fuck? What the fuck? Joao! João do céu, pelo amor de Deus!
Yeah, and that's not terrible.
Phenomenal play!
Taking that damage, but now you're in the scenario where you can protect
Accelerock! Just Accelerock!
Well, they kind of have to attack. They can go for a double protect, but it's risky.
There's no more. Oh, sorry. I thought. Oh, I forgot we lost. Okay, I thought we still had. I forgot we lost. I'm nervous. Sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Caesar will go down. Earthquake, the question is going to be
Lycanroc, okay.
Oh, that's just so, feels so bad. Floette goes down to the Garchomp. Now we need the Lycanroc to show up big. Taking so
Lycanroc,
much damage.
Vira-Lata Caramelo, pelo amor de Deus.
Can it do enough?
No, it doesn't kill. There's no way it kills.
That's going to be the hit, but in rough skin, Lycanroc gets KO'd.
I thought we still had other Pokemon in the bag.
First game in the set.
Yeah, incredibly well done there from Hiroshi, really composed throughout and just coming through.
Chat, can somebody just check the age of Hiroshi for me? I'm just very curious.
Getting that early burn onto the Basculegion, which you feel would have put them further behind, and they looked like they were really making the most out of the Whimsicott and the Basculegion in that scenario.
I hate
just
myself.
Soften up the team.
Why did I start watching and jinx
really
it?
Take advantage and put
I should have not streamed today.
The Floette and the Garchomp in a great position when they finally hit the field.
I forgot completely about that we lost Scovillain. I thought we still had a 4th Pokemon.
Pressure that Zhao was able to put on with things like this Sneasler.
Such a great channel to watch at, right? I'm such a Pokemon specialist. I forgot we lost
feeling
2.
so confident in not just doing a lot of damage, but KOing that Floette in favor of getting all the damage on the opposing end of the board paid off huge. Always trusting Garchomp at a game number 2.
Takrow, let's go Takrow.
Can make the bounce back here.
Takrow.
As Lycanroc and Scovillain in the lead, going up against
Okay, let's go.
Charizard
That's huge. That's huge, actually.
Garchomp.
That's absolutely huge.
Yeah, the Lycanroc likes seeing that Charizard, so Hiroshi's gonna have to be very careful with that Pokemon in particular.
So yeah, the thing is that this Charizard is protecting 100%, right? So how do we play around that? Do we also protect Lycanroc? Do we protect Mega blah blah blah?
Mega Evolve, and that's like
It's not Jover yet. It's not Jover yet. It's not Jover. Okay, that's a very good lead, at least. Like, this Charizard does not stay in. This Charizard switches out or protects or both. Or like one after the other, right? So Garchomp is really scary for...
Gotta be oh so careful with this Charizard Mega Evolution though. If you are taking a hit from this Lycanroc, it could spell disaster
Did it protect?
for this Mega Pokemon. But looks
Did it
like
not
we're gonna
protect?
make a call and we're gonna go for it. Is not one, but both trainers are going to Mega Evolve. When we talk about the necessity of the Scovillain and getting that spicy spray, you need to Mega Evolve for that. Now to see where the damage is coming out. Lycanroc will protect the call. Charizard does not have to worry about taking a rock type attack and instead can go on the offensive. First one to attack though is going to be that Garchomp and will hit into the Scovillain. Enough to start squishing it up, get some damage, but we do take a burn for that.
Jean went for the hard read.
That is later on. But now the follow-up Charizard, we're going for the accuracy, we're going for the KO to eliminate the Scovillain from Joao.
Yeah, it's such a great play from Hiroshi, knowing that
Why Brazilians can have a single moment of happiness? Why are we destined to suffer?
Gets the whole reward for that now. The Mega
Garchomp is good, but losing Scovillain is not.
Still in a decent place where it can just throw out constant earthquakes. All you got to think about is breaking the sash on that Lycanroc. You're pretty free to go for the protection of the Charizard here. The one thing that I would say, protecting against King Gambit, playing passive against it, that's where players can fall afraid. If you allow this King Gambit on the opposite side to set up a sword stance, then we know how that can go. That can go downhill pretty quickly.
The fact that the Garchomp is burned definitely feels just a little bit better in this board state with the sash still being untapped.
Are you going for Sword Dance? I mean, like, I don't know.
So, double up here, if the Lycanroc does attack, could be scary, but Lycanroc, again, calling that we're not seeing.
I wanted to see Frozless, honestly. But I guess Charizard is tricky, right?
This could be disastrous. Earthquake first. First it is burned, which is going to limit the amount of damage, but Sneasler still taking a significant chunk. Heat Wave following up in the sun into both targets is enough for Hiroshi to get the double KO!
Conditioning here has just been placed in perfectly by Hiroshi. Not wanting to commit with that Lycanroc has been the problem for Zhao, and now that Charizard taking full advantage of the freedom.
2 turns, and with that, Hiroshi Onishi moves on to Championship Sunday. Your Japan now.
This is the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. Poor Jean, he got so severely outplayed. It was not even close. Like, the opponent played so well. It was like... F's in chat. F's in chat. I hate Pokemon. I'm never watching VGC again in my life. Great job, Jerome. Amazing, Jerome. Jerome, it was an amazing work. I don't know if you're ever gonna watch this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because there's 100 people watching, I guess. Best Brazilian performance on Worlds ever. Like, Latin America hardly ever gets to such an incredible position as this. The Japanese players are playing so well. Hiroshi played amazingly. Like, there's no discussion. I think that Hiroshi really understood how João's teams works. And like, this second game was like just playing completely aggressive. João was like Hiroshi managed to put Charizard in front of Lycanroc and not protect and just do the reads and just go full offensive, and that demands so much. You need to be so bold to do that. You need to be so brave. You need to be such a confident player to be in the top 4 of the World Championships, have a Charizard in front of a Lycanroc, and just press Heat Wave and then Weather Ball and not even think about going for Protect. Like, that was very well played. João is 16. João is like, this is his first Worlds. This is his first year competing as a Masters. And I'm sure he has a bright future ahead of him. I'm just being dramatic. I'm really glad this happened. I would be so happy to watch him in the finals tomorrow. It would have been such an amazing moment. I would have been like, I would have made a party. I would have thrown it would be like a completely festive stream because it's never happened. But he's 16. He is 16 years of age. He was born, mind you. Wait, let me do some math. This kid's 16. He was born in 2010. Considering you play your first Pokemon game when you're 8, his first Pokemon game was Pokemon Sword and Shield. I am guessing. If it's not playing on like older hardware. But like, do you know how crazy this is? Do you know where were you when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out? This kid was 8 when Pokemon Sword. We were like in Galar, we were complaining about the Nintendo 64 trees. This kid was 8. And he's like in the top 4 of the World Championship. The first Brazilian to ever do so. That's insane. He does not have social media accounts, which is great. He's 16. But be sure to show him some love somewhere. Drop a comment. VOD guys, drop a comment. João, you're the GOAT. Thank you so much for your performance. And that's competitive Pokemon, right? Top 4, incredible result. I know I just made the entirety of chat feel so old. Crazy shit. Absolutely crazy shit. The only way I can be, like, the only way that I can be redeemed right now, the only way that I will forgive the universe right now is by getting a shiny Mewtwo. Right here and right now. Give me a shiny Mewtwo. Please. I'm begging. Shiny Mewtwo. Live on stream. Damn it. I can't get anything. I can't get anything. I'm a loser. I'm a complete loser.
National champion.
I am a complete loser.
Closer to maybe becoming a world champion, joining those before him in history.
Did somebody
with
check the
such
age?
A commanding game 2.
Yeah, and a risky
Did anybody check his age, by the way? He really was a Pokemon champion. He was the Pokemon champion of Pokemon champion.
It's such a high stakes game to keep that Charizard in front of the Lycanroc and say, I think you're
every day is a different 7-1.
So I'm not going to protect.
Every single day.
Take advantage, get rid of the Skull Villain while it's on the field, take advantage of my Garchomp. I don't mind it being burned because all I'm doing is getting the softening these Pokemon up, the damage that I need for the Charizard to clean up after that, and that's exactly what we saw. And Zhao just couldn't get that handle of
Robbie, are you there? Can you clip my speech? I want to post that on social media.
If you get it wrong, Sasha's broken and you're in a real detrimental place.
That's the thing, again, when it's a play that seems so telegraphed, you have to think about, okay, is my put surely my opponent is not gonna let me just take the Charizard here.
I don't know if that was the X and Y version of emotion. I just clicked Google and opened the first one.
Really bold plays and Joao pulling out. It's those 50-50s in Pokemon VGC that make the game oh so exciting. And when somebody can get them right, two turns
The
in
double
a
protect in
row,
front of
it could be
Earthquake,
the
I
difference
thought
maker
we
in
had it
that.
at that
And it's
moment.
also
I was
those
so
two turns
hopeful.
that if that Lycanroc
I
did
was
a
so
backhand, Joao
hopeful.
was just like, it's not Joao. If Hiroshi was just careless with the Charizard,
Okay,
well,
I'm
we
gonna
could
have
be
to
talking about a
Google
game
how old
three right now.
Hiroshi is,
Those are
because I feel
such
like he's
tough
also
decisions
super
to
young,
make.
right?
But I mean, really big kudos to both of our trainers.
Oh yeah, huge congratulations to Zhao, who has managed to get to top 4. You know, we've mentioned
Hiroshi
that
Onishi.
he's just aged up into Masters, coming into the World Championships and having such an incredible performance this weekend.
Oh, he has a YouTube
with,
channel.
with a very, very familiar team to a lot of players. I think that's just incredible
Oh,
to
that's
see, and
sweet.
I'm sure they've got a very, very bright future ahead of them. But to Hiroshi, they have made it possible to repeat what some of their other region players have done in the past, going and winning Japan Nationals and in the same year winning the World Championships. They are cementing their place in Championship Sunday, giving themselves a shot of lifting that title at the end of the event.
We saw it in 2015, we saw it in 2017, and we have a chance to repeat history here, which is so exciting. And the matches that we've gotten to see coming out from Hiroshi, I don't feel like there's any reason why it couldn't be him. But
Okay, so the first result I have from Hiroshi is from 2022,
Arena tomorrow is going to be unlike
which doesn't say anything.
else. The biggest
But I
and
could
there's
guess.
trainers that chase that
Wait,
chase, that
yeah.
opportunity.
I could guess
for
that he
a
started
lifetime,
playing in
and to be
2022,
so close to getting that world championship,
which could mean that he
title.
was 16 in
So
2022, which would make him
Yeah,
20.
so well deserved. And using the same 6 Pokemon that's did them so well at the Japan National Championships. We've mentioned throughout the stream that there have been alterations, changes, and updates made between the AB and the MA format. But I think it just goes testament to show how comfortable they are with this 6, and they know their lines and know the ins and outs of how to go up against even teams that are built to kind of counteract what they're bringing to the tournament.
I'm just still
Sierra is
back
the
to that
prettiest
game number
woman
2
in the
those first
planet.
2 turns, and if those
Yes,
are the
the
type
dress
of plays
is
that Hiroshi is making tomorrow,
perfection.
or even if it's
It's-
not, his opponent is going
it's
to have
Pokemon
a rough time trying to
perfection.
prep tonight, because then how do you prep against someone who's just so confident? Because again, you get that wrong the other way, you lose on
Oh
the
yeah,
spot.
yeah. I think if we saw the Accelerocket into the Charizard turn 1, it's a completely different story. 'cause then the
Exactly.
turns
That's my
into-
point.
Yeah, where's your
That's
big
my
defensive thing?
point.
Because
That
then the Power's
Charizard
on the back, like, you know, we saw
bullshit.
lean into and
How do you not protect in front of Accelerock?
Yeah, it is.
It's like double mind games. It's horrible.
And it's just making the right one at the right time. Unfortunately for Zhao, it was.
I
just-
hate Pokemon.
Yeah. And you can understand why. If you get that wrong, then Lycanroc falls, and then the Charizard's kind of freed up to just do what it kind of did there anyway.
Those 50-50s are so tough to make, but for Hiroshi, our first finalist here at the World Championships, it's time to go hear from him as we head over to the stage.
I feel like
Thank you so
Slowpoke
much.
right
May I
now.
introduce you to your first finalist of the 2026 World Championships in the video game, Hiroshi Onishi!
Bye-bye, chat. I am very sleepy, but like since we're here, let's just watch the
You
final
had a
match,
very
right?
tough matchup in that
Or
round,
like, are you all
especially
bouncing?
in
Let me
game
know. Do you
2.
want to watch the final
Your
match?
Mega Charizard, especially
I need
in
to
those first
shower.
couple of
I am like
turns,
so
what were
disgusting
you
right now.
thinking in that matchup?
まず決勝進出おめでとうございます。で相性的には
There's somebody
先
shouting in the
発す
arena.
ごい不利な状況にあったと思うんですけども、特にその2戦目で、特にそのメガリザードの
Maybe
方
it's
は
from
ち
the
ょっと
other
相性が
stream,
不利だ
right?
ったか
Maybe it's
と
from
いう
the
認識ですけど
from
も、
CG.
まあそういう先発見たとき、頭の中どんな感じだったんでしょうか。
はい、特にまずはありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
2戦目の内容についてはやっぱり、ルガルガンとディザードンが、対面してしまったっていうのはかなり、悪いことだったんですけども、1ゲーム目を取っていたことによってここは強気に動いてもまだ次があるからというところで、もしかしたら相手が、こちらの弱気な行動を読んだ行動をしてくる、これは練習でもよくあったパターンだったので、それもあったので、 こっちは強気に動かしていいアドバンテージを取ることができたと思い
No,
ます。
no, no. It's the final match. We're gonna watch the final
Yeah, thank you
match.
so much. So I knew, especially going
I'm
into that
just
second
sad.
matchup and facing down that Lycan Rock, that was a really bad situation
But
for
we're
me.
gonna see each other
But I
again
knew that the
tomorrow. We're
opponent
gonna
would
watch the
want to
final
take
anyway.
advantage of that, or,
So
like, try and,
that is a date,
you know, recombine
which I'm
his
not
configuration
canceling
into something
in
a
any
bit more
way, shape, or
advantageous
form.
for him. So I took advantage of, you know, I took that read, made that the big play, and managed to turn it around in the end.
You made a big play in game number 1 as well when you didn't protect your floette. Were those big plays what got you all the way here to the finals at the World Championships?
で、まあ、1戦目もですけど、フラエッテに守るを使うことを
Yeah,
選ばな
everything-
かった
every
時も
final is tomorrow.
割とすごいうまい読みだったかと思うん
Every
で
single
すけども
final, every single
まあ
each
今まで
division,
そういう
every single
うまい
game.
読みをずっと続いてきて、ここまで決勝戦まで来られたっていう感じですか？
まあ、特にトップ8の試合は、まあ、運が良かったっていうのもあるんですけれども、まあ、でも全体的には練習してきた通りいい自分のスキルが出せているのかなと思います。
To be honest, in my top 8 match, I had a bit of luck there.
Latin
that's why I
America
was able
cannot
to
have a
win that one.
moment of
But
happiness
overall,
ever.
in this tournament, yes, I was able to make a lot of good plays, make a lot of good reads, and was able to get this far on that.
What gives you the confidence to make those big plays?
で、そういううまい読みができる
Chat,
まあ
you think I
自信
jinxed
が
it?
あるのはなぜ
Be
なんでしょうか？
honest.
何か
Do you?
強者である上での
Is it my fault? I feel like always it's my fault. Like always the people I'm rooting for lose, but like right, how can you know the
まあ
person who's
た
gonna
だ
win,
やっぱり
right? It's so
大舞
hard.
台ほど
Pokemon
硬
is
くなら
hard.
ないようにっていうところは意識しているところで、まあ、それは、自分のスキルとかっていうよりも思い切っていこうっていう気概の問題かなとは思います。
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, but you know, I try not to play too rigidly and just go with you know the moves and the playing style that I really like, and I think that's worked out really well for me.
Congratulations on making it into the finals and good luck competing tomorrow on Championship Sunday. It takes a village to get this far at the World Championships. Are there any family and friends you'd like to thank who helped you get here and helped you along your journey?
で最後になんですけども、見てるまあご家族やお友達などに感謝の気持ちとかメッセージ一言ありますか？
We could also get a
本当に
Weeba
トップ8のイン
trailer
タビューで
tomorrow.
も
I am
同
really
じだったんです
excited
けど
about
応援いっぱいい
that.
た
That
だ
would
い
be
て
crazy, actually.
力になって
That would
ま
be
す。
so crazy.
また一緒に取り組んできた友達、も応援であったり、まあ、その練習が力になっているので本当にありがとう。
You know, I touched on this in one of the previous interviews as well, but there are so many people who have supported me thus far and practiced with me thus far, and I'm just so grateful to every single one of you. Thank you so much. It was thanks to you I was able to come as far as I've come.
Let's hear it one more time for your first finalist here, Hiroshi Onishi. Thank
Okay.
you once again and best
Let's
of
go
luck in the
live now.
competition tomorrow. Let's go ahead and take it back to Ben.
Seemed like the Basque Legion was like a
It is
means
still
to
looking
an
at the
end,
match.
right? And so in this,
Okay,
in
chat,
this
very quick
situation,
break.
we're
I'm
not
gonna go get
through the
some
turn,
water.
but I'm
We'll
just
see you in a
circle
second.
this Garchomp here,
Go
right?
go be
Because
hydrated.
this
We'll be
Garchomp
back
is the
soon for the
key
final
to the
match.
matchup. When you look on I'm on the back foot. I'm probably not getting out of this game feeling good about myself.
I honestly
Like,
think it should
I
be
don't wanna
legal for
necessarily
them
have
to
go
be
a
rewatching this
3
game.
and
It's
start
like,
trying to
it's making me more
figure out
sad.
these reads, again
Just
and
like,
again
yeah,
and again,
nobody ever
right?
does
And
that
so,
unless you're the
do you know
Japanese
what?
national
Like,
champion. I'm like,
either
yeah,
gonna-
it looks so.
Game 3. this
Like,
game
they just said
did,
that.
And being in a situation that you're like, well, okay, if this goes wrong, regardless of which way it goes wrong, I'm on the back foot. I'm probably not getting out of this game feeling good about myself. Like, I don't want to necessarily have to go to a game 3 and start trying to like figure out these reads again and again and again, right? And so, do you know what? Like, I'm either gonna take the loss later, or I could like take a risk now. If I lose on the spot, fine, no problem. Hold your hands up and say like, I made a call, it didn't work out.
We'll try
game
again.
3. We'll try again, right? But now,
I have no words.
And the heat wave, it goes.
I have absolutely no
This is
words.
calling it as well. Like this is committing to the.
Okay, chat. Winds and Waves final starters revealed tomorrow. Let's go. Winds and Waves revealing you can trans your gender tomorrow in the game and in real life. Chat, I need in chat right now the wildest, the craziest, the most unhinged predictions for tomorrow Winds and Waves trailer that we are definitely getting. We are definitely getting a Winds and Waves trailer tomorrow. I need you all to cheer me up, please.
He's not going to let me, go for this again. Switching out into the Sneasler, Garchomp, even Burn doing what it does best.
Yeah,
Here's the
disgusting.
Heat Wave. 2
That Heat
KOs,
Wave is
only one
brutal.
Pokemon left for Zhao, and there's
That Heat
nothing
Wave
left
is
for him
so
to come back
brutal.
to.
Yeah, the most fitting use of that double KO graphic I think we've ever seen here. Incredible call out there again. Because Zhao's on the back foot at that point. He needs to make something happen. He needs to find some way to get momentum back. And you don't do that by, just going for an Accelerock into a Protect and losing your momentum again. So he's trying to reposition. He's trying to say that, oh, great. I know that I'm in the lead right now. I need to get even further in the lead. I need to make
It's
sure
probably a
I
lame
have the
prediction, but I
advantage
think we'll
on
see the
Pokemon
box art
sense in
legendaries. I need
current moment.
craziest.
need to
I need
get
crazier
further
than
ahead
that.
to the next turn.
Transgender
And
in your
versus
Pokemon,
okay,
exactly,
but
Samantha.
what if I just click Heat
Exactly.
Wave and
I need
Earthquake
something
instead?
crazier. I need the
It's
most
it's
unhinged
obvious,
predictions
right?
you can
Like,
make.
I mean, just going for any sort of defensive play, but yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but like, it's coming back to like the game one up, and on this stage, like it's such a I think
Winds
a mark
and
of
Waves
respect
has
on
wind
both players.
and waves.
The way that
But do you
turn
think
plays
Winds
out,
and
right? Both
Waves
players are
has
actually
winds and
respecting
waves, or do they have
not
winds
disrespecting
and
what
waves?
the
Because
other
that's a
one
difference.
has at their disposal, right? And so this repositioning could have ended up pretty bad for Hiroshi, and Hiroshi's respecting that by actually like calling the bluff and saying like, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go straight on the offensive and not saying like, do you know what, like this is a tough situation, I'm gonna play negative. Like, no, I still have a way to have an explosive game here.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, and it's a great point to make that both of these players were absolutely respecting each other's options here. You make that play game 1 or turn 1 of game 2 because you understand that you have no moment if you're Hiroshi, because you have no shot here. Like, oh,
Discussing
my Pokemon
momentum is so
poorly against
insane
the Pokemon
in
out on your
VGC for
field
me. Like,
that
how
I have
do you
to
even
switch.
call
Because
that?
I
Isn't it
have
just
to
like
switch, and I
guessing?
know that you know that I have to switch. I won't switch, and instead I'm going to start picking up the KOs. And the same the next turn around. It's like, okay, I recognize that you're feeling behind, and you're all still threatening again, and you want to try to pick something up, but if you whiff into
The
the
leaks are
protect
right in
already
there.
so
we
far
are not
behind,
talking about
you're
leaks
not
here.
gonna
I
be
did
able to
not
come
see
back
any
into
leaks.
the
Please
game.
don't
So
discuss
I know you
leaks.
have
We are
to
just
make the
having
play.
fun.
So I'm going to
Thank
respect
you.
the play that I know you have to make because you understand what's going on here, and I'm going to punish you for it. It was
I am leak
beautiful
free
play.
for
And
Winds and
for a
Waves.
2-game set or 2-game match,
And I would like to
game,
stay that way.
2-turn game, incredibly beautiful. I loved watching that.
So brilliant, and I can't wait to see what Hiroshi has in store for us in the finals tomorrow. But Evan, are you ready to find out who our final finalists is going to be here at the World Championships?
I can't wait. I am so excited. I love both of these teams. I love both of these players. Watching them throughout this tournament for our final semi, and I can't wait to see who's going to join Hiroshi and Chase.
Well, without further ado, let's take it away. Over to you, Casters.
Thank you so
Is the
much
stream
for the
lagging?
final time today. Aaron and I are
let me
here
check
to
if I can
walk you
figure
through
this out.
this final top 4. Aaron, Hiroshi Onishi waiting there in the finals. Who's it gonna be that's gonna join him?
It's gonna be an intense battle. Of course, on one side, you have Zachary Weed. Zach has made it to the finals of a regional championship, an international championship. Now he's one game away from potentially making it to his first World Championship finals. Do you imagine your first World Finals being in Chase Center?
I could not even fathom what that feeling would be like. And for Takuma Yamazaki, that is also an accomplishment that he is greatly looking forward to. But they both stand in each other's paths. Takuma coming off of a top 64 at Japan Nationals this year to make it to the World Championships. But Zach, as you said, has had an impressive 2026 season. And the fact that he gets to end it off with at least a top 4 here at Worlds is so cool.
And he's staring down a team that looks very familiar to the team that he actually just defeated in order to make it to the semifinals. The only difference is a Toy Scarf Garchomp over Whimsicott.
I'm gonna fix it, I swear. Give me 10
Zach
seconds.
has some experience playing against this archetype. This is kind of this new duel of Mega Dragonite and Mega Floette. The rest of the Pokemon are...
Thanks for the
what we
subs,
generally see
Kamimikyu.
throughout
I
the course
really
of the event.
appreciate
But I do
it.
think the inclusion of Toy Scarf Garchomp as well as Mega Dragonite as a duo here can be threatening to Zach's team.
Okay, does this fix the lag?
It was Mega Floette that
I
was really
changed some
prioritized, right? And so
configurations.
trying to get as
Is
much
this
damage
better?
off with Mega Floette, you've got this dual Mega Flex. Dragonite strong enough to be brought actually even as a non-Mega evolution, but Floette often being the heavy damage dealer, whereas Dragonite's a little bit bulkier. And you
This is the
also
worst thing that ever
have
happened to me in
no
my life.
protect on the Sneasler, the Kingambit, or the Garchomp. Sneasler actually opting for the Fate.
I'm actually wondering if the moveset adjustment on this particular Mega Dragonite versus the one that Zach faced in top 8 is actually enough to bring it, as you said. You've got Dragon Pulse, Heat Wave, and Extreme
worst thing that
Speed.
ever happened to me in my
Extreme
life.
Speed, very powerful as a priority option to help get around something where Zach does have a couple of
A
faster
crazy
pieces.
prediction is that it can visit a
Absolutely,
second
yeah.
region
So,
in Winds and
once
Waves, just
again,
like
I
with the
think
Johto
I would love to
games.
see Mega Dragonite
Like
on
and
the
Rock,
world
please.
stage,
Let's go
right?
like and
I
Rock.
think
We
what
are
actually
team. We
in
are
the top
winning
8
up
match,
here.
Zach
We're team
had
lead.
constantly dropped
Can we
Mega
go back to
Frostlass.
mainland
Of course,
Unova?
Mega
Yes,
Frostlass
please.
is
Let's go.
probably the number
I
one
would
best
be.
Pokemon you can have in the format
We already
against the
went back to
Dragonite
mainland
and the
Unova. That
Garchomp
was
on
called
opposing
the
side
Indigo
here, but
Disc.
once again, taking a look
Brazil
at
lost,
Zach,
Julie. I'm
that
so
dual
sorry.
Mega
We're all
Frostlass
mourning
with
here.
Scovillain.
Brazil just
Scovillain
lost. I am
being
so sorry.
frequently led with this
It was the
team.
worst thing that ever
And
happened.
I think the number one takeaway I've seen from the top players using Scovillain is how effective they are in being able to deal actual damage with it. We saw it basically kind of solo through a Mega Floette in the quarterfinals. We've seen it dish out massive amounts of damage with Overheat as well. Do not discount this Pokemon as a damage dealer. Also being able to, of course, burn so many key Pokemon. Basculegion, Kingambit, Garchomp, Sneasler. Those are basically the best physical attackers that exist in the game, and part of the reason why Scovillain exists is to be able to neutralize their damage output.
I also wonder whether or not the addition of Gunk Shot on the Sneasler is something else that might push the cards towards that Mega
The Mega Dragonite
there
plushie
for
is
Takuma. We
making the
saw
rounds,
that Gunk
honestly.
Shot be a one-hit
I don't know if
knockout
Zachary is the
on
one
that
bringing the Mega
Floette in
Dragonite plush, which is
quarterfinals.
funny because
So
he's
you
not
have to
running
wonder
Mega
if that's going
Dragonite.
to be something going through Takuma's head.
But
Yeah, I think if you're him, you're probably really trying to
that's off
cover
the
for
coast.
leads
I want
around
Unova,
the Mega
Unova, but like,
Scovillain,
how
right?
do you find
Mega
those?
Scovillain, Lycanroc,
If
Mega
it's-
Scovillain, Kingambit. So for Zach,
It's a territory.
do we see
Hey,
a
Ellie,
mix-up
I'm feeling
here?
better.
I will have to see
I'm sad
Dragonite
again
make
because
an
Brazil
appearance, and
lost.
there's Frostlass.
That's the last
No,
match for today, so
Scovillain
let's
saying,
get
"Look,
to
gonna
see
respect your
everything.
Dragonite."
Dragonite Basculegion for Takuma.
Oh, we're
and
seeing
for
Dragonite.
Zach, it is Frostlass and the Sneasler. Frostlass, not one of those Pokemon that we generally end up seeing brought to a
Let's
battle.
go, Zach.
Unless you are
Let's go, Zach.
ready and willing to Mega Evolve.
You're the
it.
last
Yeah,
chance
so
for Scovillain to
here
become a world
in
champion.
A pretty decent position. I mean, hey, it threatens super effective damage.
For
both
Frostlass
on
to
Dragonite as well as
become a
the
world
Bastion
champion,
Legion.
we need
Zach,
you.
of course, also has the fake out on the Sneasler. Sneasler won't do very much damage with Gunk Shot or close combat, but you threaten, for example, fake out into Dragonite or Gunk Shot into Blizzard immediately. Basculegion, I would expect to potentially
Brazil
survive a
just
Shadow Ball
lost.
from the
People
Frostlass,
keep
but
arriving
if
in
you're
chat.
Zach,
I
you
need
play
to be
really
the bearer
aggressively,
of
don't
bad
want one to either
news.
slot, or just say, hey,
Drone
I'm gonna
lost.
set
It
up a
was
free
it
roll
was
right
very
now.
sad.
Yeah, it's
I'm
going to
very
be
sad.
the
This is the
Sneasler's
final
to
match
count
for
the
today.
Lycan Rock. So
It's the
that's
final
gonna make it
semifinal.
appear
It's
to
the
help
other
threaten
semifinal.
Dragonite that ends up Mega Evolving on this first turn. So you're going to have that multi-scale intact as you are still at full HP and there's no
I mean,
fake out
I
on
would
the
also
other
be
side
happy with
that can help
Mega
you
Dragonite World
get
Champion.
around
That would be kind of
Frostlass
dope.
protects itself to enter into the next steps of
As
this
long as
turn.
it's not
And
Charizard.
Legion does the same. So can Dragonite get away
Anti-Charizard,
with some free
Charizard
damage
Club.
onto the Lycanroc that
It was the
just
Japanese
switched in?
champion.
Heat Wave
I
comes out. It can
forgot
connect on
his
this
name.
Lycanroc and break its Focus Dash.
Yeah, so Dragonite attacking in front of the threat of the
No, because the game just started.
Look, I've got the
This
multi-skill,
is
even if you blizzard
like
me,
turn
not the end
2,
of the world.
basically.
I think Takuma's probably pretty happy about that turn, right? You don't really take any damage. Lycanroc comes in, but now it is vulnerable to eating up an Aqua Jet. Of course, Dragonite now is vulnerable to eating up something like an Accelerock plus a Blizzard combination, or just Blizzard Rock
Lycanroc.
Slide, for example.
I'm
If it's like Rock Slide,
traumatized. I
yeah,
don't want to see
Aqua Jet, but
Lycanroc
Lycanroc
anymore.
doesn't really accomplish anything, right? So I think the Basque Legion right now still looking really powerful offensively, and while Frostlass is really good into this duel, the fact that they both can potentially survive one big attack is quite a big deal. So I think the main interesting dynamic this turn is there going to be an Aqua Jet into the Lycanroc slot? Gambit switching here, perfect to deal with this duel, unless it's a close combat into Dragonite.
Could also be a protect that comes out from this.
Can you imagine? Like, this is so insane for me, honestly. Like, can you imagine even considering pressing close combat at a Mega Dragonite with multi-scale? Like, the mind games these people are playing, I cannot. Hiroshi Onishi, yes, sorry.
Would have broken the multi-skill on the Dragonite.
That's who won the other semifinal.
Get the Aqua Jet, so that's all that Lycanroc is
Honestly,
going to contribute to this
chat,
first
I'm gonna see
game.
something controversial here.
The
Lycanroc,
chance to attack.
kind of
We
on
see the
fraud
Lycanroc
watch right
recoil
now.
come through for the Basque Legion.
It
If it's
dies
a
to
Shadow Ball, that'll
everything.
be pretty big, but it's just a Blizzard to connect damage onto both, but it's going to be very ineffective.
Yeah, is there a freeze here though? Okay.
Lycanroc is
Every time
on
the Blizzard
fraud
animation
watch.
comes out,
My heart.
My heart skips a beat, exactly, but Takuma going for the perfect bait there with the Dragonite, saying, I think you kind of need to respect this, right? Because Dragonite's actually quite good into everything that's not the Frostlass, and manages to secure a knockout onto Lycanroc while not taking very much damage. After Life Orb, Shadow Ball from Frostlass, I think may have been a knockout onto that Basque Legion, right? So a really favorable turn for Takuma there. Sneasler now, however, does come out, and once again, the King Gambit on Takuma's team here does not have the Protect, and so it is extremely vulnerable right now. You can just go for something like a close combat into that slot, Shadow Ball, but the question here is, yeah, are you fearing the Sucker Punch? If so, you could go for an Aurora Veil, but imagine just blizzarding here.
Yeah, I mean, Garchomp is going to
The
switch
original
in and
Batman,
take
thank you
something
so
like
much
a
for the
close
gift
combat a
sub.
little bit more
To Sky
effectively,
Mimikyu, I really
but it's just a
appreciate it.
fake out. And so fake out into Garchomp does some
I'm
chips.
sorry,
Sneasler,
my
though, with the
notifications are
rock skin
super
recoil, is going to have to take
wrong,
something in
but
return, as Frostlass cannot
I
land
appreciate it.
that
Thank you so
Shadow
much.
Ball. An opportunity to have gone for another Blizzard there, but really ineffective in front of that King Gambit Basque Legion.
Exactly, yeah, it would have to be a hard read that there was going to be a switch out there, and so it's not every day you see a Garchomp willingly switch in against a Mega Frostlass, but as a reminder, this is going to be the Choice Scarf on the
See,
Garchomp.
people are doing
So
crazy
right
stuff.
now, it
Garchomp is
posing
stepping
a
in
huge
front of
offensive threat.
Frostlass.
For example,
What
you
is
could go
happening here?
for
I cannot
a
keep up.
Protect with Basque Legion, go for an Earthquake with Garchomp, still have the...
This thing, if it touches ice, it dies. If it
Sneasler does
touches
not
a
wanna take that Earthquake, going to
snowflake,
pivot
it
Basque
dies.
Legion here. Zach's got to start dealing some damage with this Frostlass. It's going to be Stomping Tantrum, no protects, no switches.
Yeah, so Garchomp goes first. Choice Scarf going to lock it into the Stomping
That's a deal for
Tantrum
sure.
as long as it stays on the field. As Basque Legion gets taken down by that Shadow Ball that would have liked to connect in the turn prior. So that's going to be another knockout. 3v3 here as Takuma and Zachary have to think about what's coming next.
I think
Yeah,
Zach's probably pretty
like
happy about
this.
that turn at the end of the day, right?
What can
Managed
this
to
Garchomp
get a key
do,
knockout and
honestly?
also
Like, it's
conserve
choice,
Frostlass's
so
HP. Doesn't take any
not a
damage there,
lot.
and so I think what is really scary about this Frostlass is its offensive spread into the Garchomp, the Dragonite, and the Basque Legion, right? Blizzard just destroys the dual dragon duel. So
King Gambit is scary
really
for
the perfect
Zach
Pokemon
here.
to switch in, does threaten with Sucker Punch, but Zach can play around that Sucker Punch potentially by going for an Aqua Jet. King Gambit Sucker Punch extremely threatening into both Pokemon here. Zach could always potentially go for something like a Protect and then pivot out into Sneasler as well. Frostlass does have a Roar Veil, has not clicked it so far in the game, but that's another way to get around Sucker Punch. So right now, the Sucker Punch mind game is real, right? Does Takuma go for a Sucker Punch and fail it? Does Zachary hard call out and say, look, I think you're actually going to kowtow cleave me?
And since this King Gambit is a Toppleberry,
Always
what's
bringing the
likelihood
hottest
that a
news
Sucker
about
Punch is
Pokemon.
actually going to knock out the Frostlass here. Not going to get that question answered, but it is going to be a Protect. As
No, he went for Sucker Punch. No!
Calculated instead. No Aqua Jet, no damage, just a KO. And that is now 2 Pokemon here for Zach. As Sneasler has to
Zach's
come
in
back out.
danger.
The hard call out there. This is what I was saying. Basque Legion could click Aqua Jet to get around
How does
that,
these
could've
people,
switched to
like,
Sneasler,
they are
but
doing
the
so,
perfect
like,
turn
the reads
for
are insane,
Takuma
and it's
here,
like one
and
after the other
Sneasler
after the
will come
other.
in.
And all of the
Gambit,
reads are
once again, still
correct.
doesn't have
That's the
Protect available,
craziest
right?
thing.
So right now, you threaten with something like Fake Out plus a Blizzard, but
Like he's
looking
pointing
quite
at
scary.
the switch, like
Conserving the Garchomp will be nice, right? So the question here is,
if I do this, then they do
you
that,
think you're
then I
gonna
do
eat Fake
that.
Out
Like
plus
it,
Blizzard into the
what's
Garchomp
going
slot.
on?
If so, you still got that Dragonite in the back. Snow is slowly about to expire as well, so you can land just a little bit of damage in a Frost Blast with the Sucker Punch. Garchomp, if it switches out and comes back in, maybe can close things out with an Earthquake, right? But maybe if you are...
If Zach loses, I'm gonna be like, you win from I will be very sad if Zach loses, but like, I think I just wasted all my sadness already.
Hey, well, if the Dragonite comes in, fake out into that slot, plus the Blizzard would take out this Dragonite, and the Sucker Punch is going to fail, so that means that this Frostlass ended up using Aurora Veil on this turn. So can Gambit just not get any damage down? Can Sneasler do something
Is it close combat?
Here? Get the close combat.
Huge.
Double Berry activates.
Wait, Zachary's in the game.
Soften the blow, but this King Gambit still can't hang on.
An absolutely amazing play to instantly get back into this one. Had that just been stopping Tantrum into Sneasler, Kowtow, Cleave, I think that's game over. But that's a really hard play to make when you're staring down Fake Out plus Blizzard. An amazing turn there. Sneasler's Whiter activates, so now it is fast as well with that on
So Zach will basically just need to hit a...
70% accurate. Garchomp will be able to come back in though. Of course,
Zach will hit a Blizzard outside of Snow and it's gonna be a hype moment. Write it down. It's like getting a double KO with Blizzard without Snow.
Blow for blow. Very, very high level right.
This is the World Championships. You've got to be confident to make these reads, and sometimes that's going to be the little bit of a difference that makes a big difference in your game. This Garchomp.
Bye-bye, cringe Gambit.
If you're talking about what do you lock into with this choice?
That is the question. Yeah, do you go for Earthquake, which of course will deal a lot of damage, but the speed order will be Sneasler first, right? And get a big attack off.
Zach's gonna double protect, for sure.
Protecting, right? And Frostlass then could just go for
Zach's double protecting to see what to do.
Could say, well, if I don't feel like Earthquake is the right move to lock in, I'm just gonna hedge my bet on Rock Slide.
Thanks so much for joining, Julie. Really happy to have you.
That might be enough for me to still win the battle. So it still feels so tense here. I would give the advantage to Zachary. Sneasler is going to go for the protect. So is it a Rock Slide right now, or is it just Earthquake?
Lots of 30% in play. Rock Slide comes out for the Garchomp. That's what's going to be the move that it locks into with the Choice Scarf. So Frostlass is on the receiving end of it, but can the 30% come true? Or can Frostlass...
Oh my god, Blizzard misses on Garchomp.
On the Garchomp, but it connects onto the Dragonite. And the
That's so much damage.
does not keep it that healthy.
So much damage here.
Yeah, the Rock Slide. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. Does it connect?
Still in Zach's favor here, though, right? Because you can just knock out the Dragonite, and okay, no Frostlass. King's on very
so if Rock Slide misses, like Rock Slide needs to miss. This is it's so much RNG. It's crazy. Rock Slide needs to miss, and then Blizzard needs to connect on both of them.
On Garchomp, right? A connect there, I think would have just immediately ended the game, and so.
This is so stressful. I think what you need to do, if Sneasler is faster, I don't know, just knock out the Dragonite. You need to knock out the Dragonite. If your Sneasler is faster, you knock out the Dragonite.
It is so tense right now.
But then Dragonite doesn't protect.
And secondary probabilities that can activate with this final 2v2 for the first game.
This is
and
crazy.
It really does come down to this. Can the Rock Slide connect onto the Frostlass?
Jump shot?
And that's going to be
yeah, you need to knock out the Dragonite. Because then you need to bet on Rock Slide missing at least one.
Do the impossible to take them both
no, you did not.
Frostlass
goes down, and now it's 1v1.
Down for the count, and so 1v1 between this Sneasler.
You'll get some water.
Yeah, but crucially, Sneasler, having had that on Burden activate, will just be able to outspeed Garchomp. This is choice.
So, can Sneasler win a 1v1? I don't think it can. Because it's locked into the Rock Slide, right? So...
Couldn't get the knockout, but it does a hefty amount. And if I were gonna say if Garchomp were faster here, the Rock Slide, you get the flinch chance, the defense drop, it can actually add up both Aurora Veil up here. Rock Slide doesn't do enough, and another close combat will bring us to game 2 here.
Whew. A lot of variables in the final moments of this game.
I'm sad I'm not getting any shinies. That's the worst part. That's not the worst part. The worst part is that Blizzard's not in the final.
And bring us into the beginning of the next one. There you go. Garchomp's down. And let's think about game 2.
I can't express how much of a momentum swing it was from that one turn. Aurora Veil dodging the Sucker Punch.
Zach won, yes.
Knocking out King Gambit. It felt like It was a
No,
really
we've
dire
seen some Mega
situation at that point,
Dragonites,
but
no?
that one
We've seen
play
some Dragonites on
instantly
stream.
flipped momentum back into Zachary's favor. Really incredible play. And this is what we were previewing, Rosemary, right? We said, okay, well, Zach played against something that was similar in top 8, but there is a Choice Scarf Garchomp, and I think one of the key learnings that Takuma may have had watching Zach's top 8 was like, wait, hold on, I feel like Dragonite is really good in the Scoville, and let me bring Dragonite. But instead, the Frostlass ends up getting picked, and it is so good into this dual Dragon combination. And so you
I
can
love
see how
having a
valuable
fidget
that
spinner.
Aurora Mill is allowing Frostlass to survive Rock
With my
Slide
pretty
and
nails.
Heat Wave. And wow, just such an intense first game there.
And then the gunk shot connects.
Yes,
that
that's
is
the other
really
yeah,
important.
yeah.
Gunk shot is not 100%
He
accurate.
two under the
People
Frostlass.
running
My
gunk
guess was
shot
Zach was
to
gonna
me
go
is
for a
crazy
Gunk
that
Shot,
everybody's
Shadow
running
Ball there
gunk
into
shot.
Dragonite,
I
because
never
at
would
that
have
point,
expected
Garchomp
that.
is not a
Right.
factor into Sneasler. You just need to knock out the Dragonite. Once Dragonite faints, the Sneasler wins that 1v1 against Garchomp. But
Still.
yeah, exactly. I mean, anytime you see late game Scarf Rock Slide, just so scary. But Frostlass does manage to attack through it outside of Snow into Dragonite. So going into game 2, you know, one of the questions is, okay, are we going to see Dragonite again? Because it honestly did not accomplish very much in that last game, partially because of the threat of Frostlass. So you could consider adjusting to the Mega Floette instead. What if Zach goes to Mega Scovillain instead, right? Say, okay, I think you're going to drop Dragonite now. So it is this kind of rock, paper, scissors between the Mega Evolutions. But Zach is up 1 game. He's looked so good into this kind of team composition. Let's see if there's a mix-up from either player.
Best
Takuma
of
spent a
3,
lot of time in that
yes.
first game repositioning
you so much,
to play
Ellie.
around the Frostlass, but
There's
that's not what's going to come to the second
I got
game.
them,
It's the
I bought them
Basculation
from a queer artist, Pride,
Basculation
when he
Floette
started doing
for
Twitch.
Takuma.
Yeah, so these are the adjustments I was talking
Okay,
about,
so
and I would
Zach
say it
did win
generally
the rock,
favors
paper, scissors.
Zachary
Like,
more, right? Because
they switched to
Scoville
Floette,
is
and then Zach
such a
switched
nuisance being able
to
burn these. We
Scovillain.
saw how effective it was in handling even just Floette in the top 8. However, if you are Takuma, you do have a lot of offensive pressure, right? Something like a Mega Evolution Dazzling Gleam plus Wave Crash does a lot. Zachary could go for something like Mega Evolve with the Scovillain, just actually protect it, and then just Wave Crash into Takuma's Floette. So you have to be very careful. I think right now, the Life Orb Basculegions just exert so much offensive pressure into each other. You also have to respect Floette potentially saying, you know what, I'm going to call out a protecting your Scovillain, and I'm just going to click my Light of Ruin.
Big difference, though, in between the last time we saw these Pokemon face off against each other is that there's no Whimsicott that can threaten an Encore into
Right.
either slot. So you don't have to worry about whether or not Rage
There's
Powder
so
is
many
going to
Dragonites on that
You're
table.
going to get locked into something like an Aqua Jet that may be a little bit unreliable. But we will see the Floette Mega Evolve as well as the Scovillain to match. So both Mega Evolutions expended in this second game. But now, what do these Basculegion do?
Let's see. First of all, is it going to be a Rage Powder here? Protect on the Basculegion, okay.
That's a good start for this Basculegion, but this Scovillain is still vulnerable. A Dazzling Gleam comes out, which is going to connect into Scovillain. That's going to result in a burn for the Floette, which will start to stack up that damage over time. But Basculegion for Takuma still gets a chance to attack here. And it is the last
Zach's gonna take
On Zachary's side,
this.
attacking as Scovillain gets to fire up and overheat. That's going to be a nice stack of damage now between the burn as well as that overheat damage.
Yeah, I think great turn for Zachary.
Why
there,
overheat
right?
instead
That's
of
already
Giga
a lot
Drain?
of damage on a Floette.
You get the
You go for
special tech
Protect
drop.
with
I don't
the,
like
you know,
it.
Scovillain. I mean, right now I think Floette maybe can survive Aqua Jet. Basculegion is such a strong Pokemon here that if Floette doesn't have any bulk, I could see it potentially fainting to it. Either way, though, Takuma had the potential to double up on Scovillain there, immediately go for the knockout onto it, right? Go for Dazzling Gleam and Wave Crash, but doesn't end up coming out there. And now Zachary gets a lot of key damage immediately onto a Floette. However, now Scovillain's damage output is obviously greatly reduced. You can just go for a Rage Powder once again to kind of protect your Basculegion. But if it's Dazzling Gleam coming out, well, then the Basculegion still eats up a ton of damage. So let's see if Zachary can advance his position after that strong turn 1.
The Basculegion is going to protect, because another thing I saw on the table is something like an Aqua Jet into Takuma's Basculegion, followed up by a Giga Drain. But this Scovillain is at -2, and it's going to just be a Moonblast into the Basculegion on the other side. Not a one-hit knockout,
Well,
so
that
we
is
could
so
see
good.
a curved attack, but that's not going to land. The last respect tried to hit the opposing
Yeah, the finals are
Basculegion
tomorrow.
and will
So
fail.
I really feel
this
like
is
we
the
are
last
just
match we're seeing
watching a
today.
boxing match between these two, and they are truly trading blow for blow.
I played
As
this
in
Imagine
this
bricked
case, Zachary
my
gets the
psychic
advantage
energy
on
cards
turn
from a
1,
Dragon
but
Ball
then
deck for
Takuma
all my
makes an
prize
amazing
cards.
play
Oh
on the second turn.
no!
I mean,
I'm so
moonblasting
sorry.
there in front of Basculegion
That's
when
so
Scovillain
unlucky.
could just
What
go
are the
for a
odds
Rage
for that?
Powder seems pretty wild, right? But the expectation is for Scovillain to protect there, and so lots of damage onto that Basket Legion, given now, of course, there still is no burn on the opposing Basket Legion either, so it is very
I like the
something
CG
like
pocket
Dazzling
thing
Gleam
that you
and Wave
get
Crash
free
right now
energies
is quite
regardless.
scary. Aquajet comes out, doesn't get the knockout.
Oh my god!
No way! Floette at 1% can still fire off another attack here, and the Dazzling Gleam is good to connect into both. Basket Legion took so much chip from the Life Orb that final tickle is going to send it back into its Pokeball. But now Basket Legion can go with the Wave Crash.
I keep forgetting the Wave Crash is neutral
knockout
damage.
for Takuma in the second game. As Basket Legion finally gets
I think
burned,
Takuma is in a
but
better position
both
here.
Scoville and Basket Legion
I mean,
are
Floette
out
faints,
here
but
for Zach.
still.
He's got 2 Pokemon left he can bring in.
Yeah, my big question is what is in the back, right? If it's something like Sneasler and King Gambit, you do pressure with something like Fake Out and Swords Dance, right? Takuma may want to switch in that Choice Scarf Garchomp, but if you bring in Garchomp and there is Sneasler Gambit on the opposing side, you risk Fake Out into Garchomp, King Gambit, Swords Dancing, right? And so big question is
1
what
HP is
do
nasty.
both players have in the back?
Floette said, I
Advantage
didn't wait 3,000
definitely
years
over
for
to Takuma
nothing.
right now. But Zachary, with that King Gambit, that Swords Dance, that Black Glasses, that is always a Pokemon you
That's
cannot count out
crazy. The
in these
1%
end
is
games.
crazy.
Life Rock also obviously has Rock Slide. It is
Sorry,
gonna be
Chad, I'm a
Garchomp
little
coming
bit
in, so
lower
is it
on
Sneasler
energy.
Gambit on
I'm
the
gonna be
opposing
better
side? There's the
tomorrow,
King
sorry.
Gambit.
And
What's
if
next to it?
it's Sneasler too, I mean, you just have to worry about that.
Oh,
being able to
Sneasler
give
can
you
get.
some
It's
good damage
Aaron
within
Cyber
that,
Chomzang
but
is
yeah,
so good.
exactly as you call it, Aaron.
He calls everything.
I think this is really interesting because you look at Garchomp and you think, well, okay, Earthquake is now just incredibly powerful into everything, right? But is there going to be a Dragonite in the back? Probably not, and so you don't really want to click that Earthquake because you don't want to be damaging yourself. Garchomp, of course, does have the Stomping Tantrum here as well. An interesting thing, if you Fake Out into that Garchomp, well then the Stomping Tantrum threatens a one-hit knockout onto either slot the following turn. Basket Legion right now can still go for a Wave Crash, deal decent damage into the Sneasler, but that burn is a really big deal. So the question for Zachary right now is, yeah, do you go for the Swords Dance? I think Fake Out into Garchomp, Swords Dance with King Gambit kind of feels like the safe, obvious play. And then my other question is, what is the 4 Pokemon in the back for Takuma?
It's so tough because right at this moment, this Garchomp does have the speed advantage against you. So unless the Sneasler is able to consume its Whiter, activate the Unburden, and then you do get that Sword Stance Sucker Punch to have that priority action against the Garchomp, then this is going to be an advantage over to Takuma. But you do see the Wave Crash come through. Sneasler takes a lot of damage, but King Gambit does get the Sword Stance off. So can it be enough to actually get the knockout onto the Garchomp on the subsequent turn?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
right now,
88% is a
I'm
lot of
Zachary, I'm
HP. I
thinking
don't
I'm
know
gonna
if you
protect
can
Sneasler,
get
I'm
it-
gonna Sucker
take
Punch
it out
for
of the Sucker
Garchomp.
Punch.
Your Basket Legion's burn's not gonna do much, and if I'm in Takuma's shoes, I would consider Aqua Jetting the Sneasler and just going for the Stomping Tantrum into King Gambit. You could also make the read that it's going to be Sucker Punch coming out and just say, you know what, I'm gonna swap Garchomp out into my final Pokemon. That final Pokemon likely is gonna be King Gambit or Sneasler. Both of those have a fighting type attack, which can just get a one-hit knockout into the opposing King Gambit. So I still very much favor Takuma's position right now. Zachary gets the Sword Stance off. I think that is the one tool that kind of keeps himself in it, but that Wave Crash still did so much damage, right? And so my other question is, can Sneasler potentially survive a Life Orb Aqua Jet? Okay, no switches, no protects,
Oh,
and
it doesn't
Sneasler goes
survive!
down. And that should just be it, I think, even with the Sucker Punch coming out here.
Yeah, if it's a Sucker
Takuma
Punch
adjusted
into
so
the
well
Garchomp,
this turn.
it's not going. It potentially could pick up the knockout, but it is not
Oh,
going to be
KO.
enough. That is
It's
unfortunate
Jover.
and will send us into a game 3. That is the Stomping Tantrum to finish off the King Gambit, and we've got a tied series.
Wow, and you know, when the leads came out, it was like, oh, Mega Flowout on one end, it's the Mega Scoville on the other. I feel like this should favor Zachary, but the offense that comes out from this Floette Basket Legion duo is just so strong. And with no Frostlass, Garchomp is able to come in and threaten with so much damage in this endgame. That endgame, by the way, also highlights why some players have moved on to Life Orb on King Gambit. It doesn't work on this team because you need it on Basket Legion, but this clutch survival as well, 1%. Like I was saying, I'm like, Floette's around that range where it might faint. You know, the initial overheat was nice, but just has enough to hang on, retaliate back with the damage output as well. And so Floette Basket Legion looked quite solid there. And the thing is, I think that duel is actually still pretty good
The
into
table?
a
Which table?
Frostlass adjustment as well, right? And so if you're Zachary, you want to cover for the Floette and Basket Legion. King Gambit can threaten Basket Legion as a lead immediately. The hard thing about
Yeah, I
using King
think
Gambit
he's
in this
definitely
matchup is that
bringing
there are just
Floette
so
again.
many resistances to it, right? Like you've got the Floette, you've got the King Gambit, you've got the Sneasler on the other end.
Right.
Oh yeah,
And I
yeah,
feel like we saw that in
there's
top 8 with
3
Zachary as well.
Dragonites
We
on the
brought
table,
Gambit,
yes.
didn't really work out super well, right? So the question is we see it once again. It's not the easiest Pokemon to use, but checkmates the Basket Legion on the opposing side so effectively.
It is a lot tougher.
I love that he's like
to
like you attack this, I do that,
I
you do
think
that,
that's
and
really
then I
where
do
you
that.
look at Takuma as having a bit of the advantage there, having a lot more coverage with the fact that you still have Iron Head and Low Kick. So I don't know.
I am.
It's a really tough call.
I am
you
sad.
know that it's a tense situation.
This is a
You're
sad
in the top
stream.
4. Grand
I
Finals
jinxed
is
it. It's
right
my
in
fault.
front of you. You can taste it. And both of these competitors have one game. You can see the tension and the stress.
And
Don't talk
once
to
again,
me or my
this
child or my
dynamic of
grandchild
which Mega
ever
Evolution
again.
you go with, right? Floette overall did just feel better in that one. You stare down a Scovillain, which normally is not the Mega that you would like to see, I think, but it still just did a lot of damage, right? So I think Takuma might say, you know what, even if you go back to Frostlass, I'm still okay going with Floette. I would love to see Dragonite make an appearance again, but that's just my guess. And for Zach, could see a run back, but maybe King Gambit gets dropped. But here we go. It's going to be another lead. Sneasler, Basket
Okay,
Legion.
different league.
Thinking that
different league.
Sneasler might not be too bad.
Yeah.
If you have Fake Out in this situation, it's also perfect because you see the Floette on the other side. You can hit it with a gunk shot.
Exactly, yep. I think this is a lead that covers for what Takuma went for in the previous game, and he does run it back here. And so right now you have pressure, like you said, with that fake out or that gunk shot. There's a lot of offense from Zach's side as well. If you are Zach, you could make an aggressive prediction here and say, you know what, there's no way you're gonna ever let me target Floette. I'm gonna double up on your Basket Legion with something like a gunk shot and a Last Respects immediately. My question then is whether or not that even gets the knockout, but I think it'll definitely come really close.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see that come to fruition, but I also feel like there's a way to play around that, and that's just with protecting the Basket Legion here.
Yeah.
You can even just go for a double protect just for the safety. Floette can help to at least stall out for the fake out, but Floette's actually gonna say goodbye for now as Garchomp now comes out to take its place. That is a Pokemon that will have a lot better resistances to a gunk shot that could come out from the Sneasler, but it protects itself on this turn. So we will see the Last Respect come out.
Oh my goodness!
And it just barely misses the knockout onto Takuma's Basket Legion. Life Orb, very powerful, but not enough to get it over the line for this.
That it lived like, oh my god!
All Last Respect.
EV training is insane.
That's not a bad trade though at the end of the day, because now you get your Garchomp in and the Sneasler just protected, so it is
Okay, they just killed each other. That is less dramatic, but like EV training is so crazy.
A fast-paced set. The big question I have for you, Rosemary, is there that Frostlass in the back, right? Because if so, well, that's pretty good into the Garchomp.
Shit.
So, what do both trainers bring in right now? Really intense first turn, though. Last Respects, hey, even with those stacks, adaptability and Life Orb is pretty good. And there's Frostlass coming out, so that is the adaptation we talked about as Floette makes a return here.
I think that's a great call, though. I mean, you still have to worry a little bit about the fact that this Garchomp is faster than you with that Choice Scarf, but Frostlass can help to make sure that the Sneasler doesn't get taken
We
out
all
by
really
a
won
Self-Destruction.
Lycanroc
Got
in the
Aurora
final,
Reveal
and
as the potential here.
Frostlass,
A lot of
and
different paths we could walk down on this turn.
Scovillain.
Yeah, I mean, Garchomp is exerting pressure with
Scovillain
Softening
is so
Hand or
silly.
Earthquake
He
right now,
deserves to be a
right? And
world
so
champion.
you would think, well, I want to knock out the Sneasler. You just protect it. I don't want you to get a gunk shot off into me. Sneasler could just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to
Is it
switch out.
guaranteed that
Frostlass
Basket
gonna
Legion
Mega
is a
Ball.
world
I'm going to
champion?
one-shot your Garchomp,
And
and once
King
Garchomp
Gambit?
faints, Sneasler is in a phenomenal position in the end game. So I actually think this is a really key turn, and the main dynamic to pay attention to is Garchomp versus Sneasler. Who will make it out of the turn? And if you're Garchomp and you say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable with any option, you could just click Rock Slide. That is always kind of a get out of jail card, but it's going to be the pivot here instead, expecting a switch. Does Zachary switch out the Sneasler here? He does!
Okay. Oh, this is so intense. You want to be able to see that epic showdown, but it's going to be the King Gambit switch in for Takuma and the Lycanroc for Zach as Mega Evolution finds itself again on this Frostlass. Could be a big turn.
Okay, so I think trying
Double
to
phrase.
fade out the Garchomp, I would think, and just, go for the Blizzard. If that is the case, this is a very favorable turn for Takuma, right? Like, here he was risking the game, gunk shot into that slot. Zach said, okay, I'm going to switch out because surely you're going to respect that, right? Here we go. It's going to be Blizzard. So the main scary thing here is it can freeze right now. Does okay damage on a Floette, 33%. Is there a freeze onto either? There is not. And it's going to be a huge Moonblast in return into the Frostlass slot.
Wow, it's going to take it down to 23%. And so that is a lot of damage traded, and I don't know if the Blizzard is actually going to have added up to enough. Now, this Lycanroc did get in scot-free with its Focus Sash intact.
It did, exactly. And Right now, King Gambit would love to Sucker Punch either of these, but Lycanroc can just Excel Rock to get around it, move before the Sucker Punch, and Frostlass can Aurora Veil. However, let's say you cover for those, well then what if Frostlass just goes for Blizzard and Lycanroc goes for close combat, right? There also could just be rocks like Blizzard potentially trying to knock out Floette, or Excel Rock plus Blizzard into Floette. So lots of options right now. King Gambit does exert a lot of pressure here. Lycanroc, though, starting off with a Protect.
Focus Sash is a very valuable resource in this game. You don't want to play Sucker Punch mind games, but the Sucker Punch works from Takuma's King Gambit. Frostlass is down, and now it's just the Sneasler and the Lycanroc left. As Floette goes for another attack with the Dazzling Gleam. So Protect good to keep this Lycanroc at full HP, but can Sneasler
It's the end for the Lycanroc Dream.
close this out?
The Lycanroc
Oh my
Dream
gosh,
is over.
this is so tense because we know there's a Garchomp in the back. We know that Garchomp, of course, can just click Earthquake. If Sneasler is able to get that Unburden to activate, though, with close combat before Garchomp hits the field, you'll get the speed advantage, which will be a big deal. I think, actually, if that does not happen, you're going to be in a really difficult position here. And so
You need to close combat to King Gambit slot. There's no other chance.
Pressure, but also still has to respect the Floette here. Sneasler would love to close combat King Gambit. Lycanroc would probably love to get a Rock Slide here, maybe fish for a flinch as well. So tense, especially with that Choice Scarf Garchomp waiting as a final boss here. And don't forget, there is still that Focus Sash on Lycanroc as well. But do you Sucker Punch the Lycanroc, right? It's going try and it misses!
No
it misses!
It's Jover.
Well, that's one way that this game can be taken from you, as the Gong Shot cannot knock out this Floette on this turn. Chocolate Berry actually.
If he had connected, he would have probably
so
won.
You do get away with one Pokemon KO, but you're gonna drop your defenses here on the Lycanroc, and can you still close this out with that Toy Scarf Garchomp waiting in the wings? Dazzling Gleam now breaks that Focus Sash as you get brought all the way down to one, and Sneasler takes a lot of damage too.
And that should just be it, right? Gumshot, that is the gamble that you take. Choice Scarf Garchomp now hits the field, and Sneasler's Unburden has not been activated, so
It was
Earthquake
Dire
now
Claw.
will just be able to finish things off. Oh, and this is what makes Gumshot such a high variance move on the Sneasler. I mean, had that connected, that would have been a double knockout. It would have been Sneasler plus Lycanroc and a Choice Scarf Garchomp. I think in that position, Choice Scarf Garchomp actually still looks okay as well. I also wasn't sure if the close combat was going to knock out King Gambit, to be honest. I was curious on what the damage roll is there, but for Takuma, I think he can see Chase enter in his future.
Still going to be a Protect from the Sneasler, though, so you can figure out what this Garchomp is going to lock into, as the Floette is going to protect itself as well. Lycanroc does go for the Accelerock, hoping maybe that would have been enough damage to actually take the Floette out from here. But Garchomp has locked itself into Earthquake, and I think that is game, set, match. Takuma going to move on to the finals of the World Championships. Zachary, the last hope of the U.S. The Sneasler just cannot finish this 1v2.
Cannot, and to bring a Garchomp into a matchup with Frostlass requires excellent positioning. Defines the perfect call. The key turn in this one was when it was Garchomp out against Sneasler, and Sneasler switches. Floette opts for a double, but not really going to matter here, as Garchomp's Earthquake is going to deliver the finishing blow, and Takuma will be moving on to the finals here at the Pokemon World Championship.
The Lycanroc Dream is over. The Frostlass Dream is over.
By Zach in the top four, but it's going to be Japan versus Japan as we look forward to the grand finals
Disco
tomorrow.
Villain
And you
Dream
can
is
see
over.
the emotion,
Chat.
what it means to him. To be
Our
able to
dreams
play
always
in
get
the
crushed
VGC
somehow,
Center
right?
tomorrow.
And that's fine. That's how life is. But you know, there was once a young trainer from Pallet Town. And that young trainer told me that if you want to be a master of Pokemon, if you think you have the skills to be #1, you need to tune into Cecily's stream tomorrow as we watch the final of the VGC World Championship. It's Charizard versus Mega Dragonite, which like not as exciting as it could have been, right? It could have been better. It could have been like more cool. We could have had a Brazilian at the final. But I mean, it's still Mega Dragonite, baby. It's a Mega Dragonite world we live in. Congrats to Japan for winning worlds. That's the world revolves around Japan. We should all go get an onigiri and eat ramen. Yes, go get the Pokemon XP badge. Thank you so much for joining, chat. I am sleeping right here. This was an impromptu stream, but I had so much fun. I look tired, but I honestly had a lot of fun. So thank everybody for joining. Final Charizard check. Final Charizard check. Don't forget to join me tomorrow at around this time so we can watch the final match, and it's gonna be very cool. And we might get a Winds and Waves trailers that confirm the final evolution of the starters. That would be very cool, right? Shiny Charizard, Shiny Mewtwo in 3, 2, 1. Ah, damn it. It's not my day. Really not my day. See you all tomorrow. Have a good time. And rest well. Keep on